started streaming on the wrong Twitch channel. Hello, Twitch. The Wanderers Guild is back with more Forbidden Lands. The Hanging Stones. This is session number 6. And everybody say hello.
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 We're going to jump right into it. We have a new audio solution this week. We're using Sirenscape, which is a pretty cool RPG music and sound effects program that's been around for quite a while, and they have giant libraries of stuff. Shout out to them. Go check out their website, and you can see the URL on our little overlay here. Welcome back. When last we left our heroes, we have just crossed the plains of Vivend and reached the river, and we had a little run-in at the Wolf's Belly Inn, where we violated rule number 27 of being a dungeon master, which is having a powerful NPC bail the party out of trouble. Doesn't it feel good when that happens? Does it make you feel special and important when you're powerless and watch things happen? No.
That's how I felt this entire game.
Well, I mean, that's because it's a mean game. But no, he more helped you avoid some danger. You got some information from him. You learned the tale of Stanengist, an ancient crown that contained the heart rubies of the first 6 elves ever to walk the land. And Valas vowed to seek it out and find it. You
got nothing better to do.
Evidently, we're wandering towards omens at the moment. You parted ways with Kalman Rodenfell, who is the commander of the Red Runners. You also, along the way, encountered a strange caravan full of undead jesters who were beloved family members being smuggled out of town, and you watched the Iron Guard, the military branch of the Rust Brothers, swoop in, collect them, and drag them off to serve in their armies, legions. Recruited for a good cause. So I'm actually going to... It looks like Discord levels might be a little low. One sec.
So Paige said caravan to traffic human person.
There we go. Should be good.
We paid for a taxi ride.
Yes.
For
Mrs. Polmore.
Shamelessly said, take this annoying old bat. We don't want her anymore. We'll keep the next one.
So, you are presently following a vision that you have seen in a magical turtle shell bowl that Valas seems to have produced out of nowhere, that is giving you visions of a nearby hill, which you have determined is some sort of location that keeps being struck by lightning over and over. This is odd and unusual, and I suppose you figured while you're in the area, you'll go investigate it, because what else do adventurers do than go check out strange things that are unexplainable and find out if there's treasure there. So you're setting out south from the Wolf's Belly. You've parted ways with Mrs. Polmore and Kalman Rodenfell. You still have Dahlia with you. And I believe it is now nighttime because your friend bailed you out after dinner time when they were trying to poison you and traffic you, as happens sometimes. You have learned recently. Everybody is nice and trustworthy in the Forbidden Lands. And without further ado, we set off into the hills. You were escorted to the bridge, and across the bridge is a new hex. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the next hex. And you will not be having an encounter at this moment, and you can decide what you want to do with your nighttime. But give me 1 sec to reveal it.
We don't need an escort. My survival skills are perfect.
Yes.
You're bound to roll better than last time. It is statistically improbable.
You just had to say it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What do you guys
Oh.
maybe making camp here?
Oh, yeah. And another recap from last time is that Ayan has lost his pride.
Oh yeah.
And so
Oh,
this is your
yeah.
one session with no pride. Pay attention to the things happening in the story and kind of what's going on, and see if you can come up with an idea for a new pride at the start of the next session. Because at the beginning of the next session, you will have a new pride to announce. Or if you want to keep it secret, you can. But
aren't you so glad that we made that character video with your pride and now you have a brand new one?
it's going to happen. At least nobody died right when the character video came out. Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Find us on YouTube under the Wanderers Guild. Like us. Subscribe to us. Follow us. We need eyeballs. Sharing is good. Sharing is caring and
Sharing
stuff,
is caring.
etc. Yeah.
We're not totally terrible. There's lots of antics.
We want to be able to post schedules on Twitch and do all kinds of other cool things. So if you're watching this, please follow us. It's hard to get the first 50. And without further ado, let's jump into it. You have entered the hills south of the river, across the rickety old bridge. And I'm going to switch us over to the exploration tab for nighttime.
See, I actually think. Well, I don't know. Did we spend evening time there, or did we spend the daytime there?
You were bailed out during the evening and led across the bridge. And so by the time you're in the other hex and parting ways with the guy, it's going to be the beginning of nighttime. So I'm just letting you pick what you want to do at night.
I see so we're in the other hex.
You're in the other hex, and it's nighttime. That's how I'm going to handle it.
Okay.
Because it's all a little abstract, and that seems the most straightforward. And
we have full food and water.
Yeah.
You do have full food and water.
Well,
you can also each have a D6 of torches if you want.
Ooh.
Can I
stole them?
Can I forego a D6 of torches? Does that place will that place being next to a big lake have a fishing net?
Sure.
I like this.
Yeah,
question.
you can find one lying somewhere by a bridge or a tool shed or a dock. Yeah, you can run off to whatever boats they have near the tavern and steal a fishing net. Everybody's zonked out.
Let me know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that'll work. So nighttime. I'm gonna get some music going while you're all deciding what you wants to do. How come? How come?
And do you want to make camp?
Unless we want to travel throughout night.
There we go.
I don't know that that's a very good idea.
Yeah. I'm just concerned about being near the tavern, but
Given Velas's current voice, it sounds like she's sick. We probably should make camp for the night and try and rest.
okay.
I don't know how much that will help, but I
It's worth
can
a
maybe
shot.
try and. I mean, there looks to be like mountains, so there's got to be foothills and things. Maybe, like, we can set up in some place that's a little more discreet. Would I be able to spot such a place with my elven eyes?
A discreet campsite.
Yep.
That'll be your standard make camp roll.
A little valley. Okay.
Then
Yeah.
I am going to. Is anyone going to assist me with making camp?
And we're officially
allowed to.
in hills terrain here, by the way.
Help is allowed. Yes,
Yeah.
I will help you.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't push the rolls.
Got you. Grunrock, you should take a nap.
I'm gonna sleep.
This one. And then.
I'm gonna watch him sleep.
I'm sleeping in the dirt.
Wait. So we're making camp overnight.
And then we're gonna sleep during the morning.
Okay, is anyone going to keep watch right now?
Actually, it's probably better if I keep watch right now because I have. Dark
Well,
vision.
someone has to be able to keep watch.
In the
Okay, then yeah, Velas, you should probably sleep
Go to
or
sleep.
rest or something.
Will do.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll for making camp.
Okay. Dahlia will help you make camp, because what else is she going to do?
Wonderful.
So you get an extra die for her.
Woo!
Nice. Yeah, you find a relatively safe and well-concealed campsite that is sheltered from wind. Oh, this sounds like dungeon ambience. That's not what we need. Oh, no, it's just creepy ravens. Pretty good, but not really what we need.
Considering we're being stalked by one?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a
tracks.
little bit. All right. Sure. Let's do this music. Just trying out different musics. Okay. Yeah. So you found a campsite.
Trying out
What
music.
other rolls are being made here? I'm gonna roll to see if there is an encounter, to see if the watch needs to do anything.
I am actually gonna
No encounter?
try and roll to practice my fishing while they're setting up camp.
Okay. Oh wait, but you did enter a new hex, so that's an automatic roll to see if there's an encounter. No encounter. No encounter. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. You have crossed the river and you're now working your way up into jagged, rolling hills. It's not stormy tonight, but you do hear distant thunder sometimes, and you hear an occasional flash from off to the east of where you are. It is chilly, it is windy, and yeah, you're in unfamiliar territory here. So we have, what is this? Sleep. And Vergello's other is what?
I'm trying to get the fisher talent. So like, since we're right next to the water, I'm just practicing my fishing.
Sure.
So I gotta make a wits roll to see if I can get
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
Wits.
Wits.
Nope,
Not this time.
All right.
not this time.
Keep your XPs, and that is nighttime.
Oh, as I'm laying down to go to sleep, I'm gonna look at Grunrock and just be like, "Hey, be on the lookout for crocodile people. They might be where the lightning is striking. Good night."
On the lookout for what? Okay. I don't even know what that would look like. Damn it.
But I bet if you saw it, there would be no question. It's morning, which means food and water rolls.
Roll.
Roll. Vergello goes down on food. With really a horrible roll on a d12. But what are you going to do? Everybody's super stocked up. Not many supplies going away. Man, this music.
This music is very ominous.
It is rather ominous. I'm gonna try something a little different.
I don't dislike it. It's just so ominous.
It's a little ominous for
I'm
what's
waiting-
currently happening.
I'm waiting for the crocodile people to like come up out of the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think I hear it on the stream.
It's kind of like none of you guys have been into Killian's game store, but when you go
I've
in
been
there,
into
he's
Killian's
got-
I've been into
Store.
Killian's
Really?
game store.
Yeah,
I didn't think that you would have because
We have all been in Killian's
we
game
all
store.
love Killian, and some of us like Warhammer.
Oh, be right back.
Fine, I was wrong. But he's playing all of this music from different movies, all like fantasy movies. And
Sorry, people
whenever
home, so the
it
dog
gets
is about
to
to
a
lose
really
it.
intense
Had to let him
song,
loose.
and you're sitting there just painting, you feel like you're fighting for your life while you're painting. You're like Braveheart music's playing, and you're like, boo.
All right,
funny.
so it is morning. Let's pick our actions.
Half of us have to sleep now, right? Or the rest of us?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right,
Who did sleep?
so we're all gonna sleep
I
while
slept.
Velas keeps watch.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
see if there's an encounter.
Real trustworthy.
No encounter. Yeah, you have a nice, well-concealed campsite, and you rest through the morning. It is now daytime. You're all stretching and waking up, feeling better. You imagine somewhere back there, the innkeep and co are probably waking up and being pretty pissed off.
Good.
We should
Good.
probably keep moving.
Does
Yes.
anyone have any skills or talents they need to practice while we're moving?
I don't know if I can practice fishing while moving.
What
If you're
say you,
next, you
Hank?
just
Can
walk
you
along.
can you fish and walk?
You can't practice fishing while walking.
I wouldn't
Not with
imagine
that.
so.
Not with a net.
No.
Not with a net.
I think
What fishing
especially
pole?
with a net, you could just be like, "What?"
I think you got to be like in the water. That's you're practicing something different.
Your idea of fishing is very different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I don't understand fishing.
I think I know what Aen's new pride is.
So I guess we're traveling. I can't forward. I just have to walk. Lead
So
the
if
way.
you want to travel to another hex, you have to take a hike action. But one person max can keep watch, and one person max can lead the way while the rest of the party is hiking.
Okay, so I can't be assisted
Uh,
during leading the way then, because
Sorry,
they have to make.
I picked the
hiking
wrong
Correct.
thing. I just meant to pick hike.
it says
Okay.
no helping under lead the way. Yeah.
The text was kind of covered up.
Yeah.
Okay, I am not succeeding.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better,
What are
we're not
how,
getting there
It
tonight.
just
I thought we still made the thing. Is just something
you
happened.
do.
I'm gonna
You
start
do.
rolling.
That's what happens.
What
And have
what
a camera on that because I think
what
this
is your
shit-
survival? Is your survival bonus only 2?
He rolls 6 dice. He needs 1 success, which means he'll typically get what he needs. But he's failed like 7 of these in a row.
My total is 6. My bonus is 2.
Okay.
All right. So, please hold.
I'm just shaken. Like I think it's this way. I don't know.
By the way, because we're in hills now, the modifiers to foraging and hunting are both 0. Hills are
Better than negative
hills
one.
are default. So let's see. Leading the way, mishaps. Let's see what's going on.
I'm determined to get someone killed from this party.
Torn clothing. You slide down a hillside, snag your cloak on a rock. Your clothes are damaged. Your boots break. Your robe rips, etc. You must roll for the effects of cold. Just you. And your clothes can be
me?
mended by making a successful crafting roll. Yeah, you're leading the way ahead, scouting a path
Okay.
down a hillside, and you step somewhere that you think you can walk, and it's actually causes a rock slide, and you rip your cloak right up the back.
So I have sleeping furs that give me +2 to cold.
Mhm.
Do I get to use that for my cold roll right
Yeah.
now? Or
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
It'll apply. So make an endurance roll for the effects of cold with your +2 for your sleeping furs, and your clothes are damaged until you make a crafting roll. All right, no effects of cold, and whenever you are stationary, you can make a crafting roll to try to fix your clothing. We are entering into a new hex. Okay, cool. And I'm
Who
going
made it to the new hex?
You have made it to the new hex. The consequence was not that you got lost or wasted time. The consequence was that he ripped his clothes.
I'm hiding it from the
I'm
party. No
sorry.
one knows I did that.
Rip my pants.
No one knows you have just a gaping hole in your pants.
Oh,
I've been
I would
hiding
notice.
All right, here we go. Shifting us over here for a moment. All right. Let me get us revealed here.
I'm curious. Did you hand draw all these hexes?
Absolutely, I did. No,
What a wizard.
this is
He's
a
phenomenal.
this is
DM
a.
His
everybody.
boobs
Yep.
and his ovaries.
Are you going? I assume you're going south. southeast.
southeast?
Yeah, towards the lightning.
Because wasn't that where the
Yeah,
lightning
yeah.
was?
Towards the lightning.
It is starting to drizzle a bit as you're making your way up through the hills, and it's a little bit slow going here compared to the easy walk across the plains. I say easy, even though things go wrong continually every time you walk anywhere. But you do start make your way up into the hills, and ahead in the distance, you are seeing some occasional lightning strikes, even in broad daylight. These would be difficult to see during the day if you were further away, and also they are not as intense or continuous as they were on the recent night when it was stormy. But it is getting windy and damp as you are making your way up into these hills. Like there's a little bit of a continual storm around this area as you are making your way across. And as you are hiking your way up through these rocky hills, you hear beautiful music wafting along on the breeze, overcoming your ears and your senses. It is making you feel relaxed and calm, and you feel like you're getting a bit closer towards it as you are marching up these jagged hills deeper into this range.
Another thing that maybe remember we were looking out for the crocodile people, guys.
I don't remember that
It-
part.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I remember that part.
Thanks, Grunrock.
You're
Be on
welcome.
the lookout for crocodile people.
Yeah.
It may just be standard practice from this point forward not to use my name. And don't mention the turtle shell bowl. If they ask why we're here, we just saw the lightning. Which is true.
Should
We saw the
call you
lightning.
then?
What should we call you?
then?
I don't care.
Instead of Velas, maybe Veles. The way.
That's different enough.
Fellas,
They'll be okay.
I don't truly care. Make up a new name everywhere we go, I guess.
Okay, we're just gonna call you Girl. Here, Girl.
We don't know her name. She didn't talk that much.
The music echoing over
She's a mute.
the music echoing over the hills. It sounds like beautiful lute music being played from a high quality instrument by a master musician, Bill. And you hear a feminine voice just echoing through the hills. You're not sure exactly which direction it's coming from, but it seems to get louder as you're making your way deeper.
Does it sound any kind of familiar? Like, is it a popular song or?
It's a beautiful song, and it is in Old Elven. And
Do I know it?
It is describing times long past, and you have never heard it before in your life, but it is a fantastic song.
Ooh.
Is
What a lovely
Grunrock also
composition.
hearing an Elven song?
Say what?
Is Grunrock also hearing a song in Elven?
You ask him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Grunrock, do you know what they're saying?
Bunch of gobbledygook.
Does it sound good to your ears?
Dumb
Is this
pink
like
skin
Elven
words.
music?
Is gobbledygook the official name of the goblin language, or are you saying you don't understand
It's
it?
gobbledygook.
Okay, metagaming. I wouldn't know this, would I?
You don't understand the words. However, you can't help but feel soothed by it. It's undeniably
Okay.
beautiful, even to your goblin
Gotcha.
ears.
I mean-
Yeah, that's insulting.
It's a pretty song, I guess, but I don't know what they're saying.
That's
Can I-
fair. I just
It sounds like.
When you start
think you
singing,
should
it
sing the
echoes
Martha
through the
song.
hills, and for a moment, the other music stops, and then it starts again.
It's back. It's back. I thought I was losing it again.
Everybody's a critic.
All right. You make your way further up into the hills, and you see a little level. The path you're following towards the lightning kind of goes off to the east, and there's a little branch off to the north that seems to go up to a little clearing, like a little plateau, and there's a clear dirt path up to the plateau, like this has been traveled before, and you can hear the music from very nearby now. It sounds like it's coming from up that way. So you can go on past it towards the lightning, or you can turn towards the music up on the little plateau just off to the left.
Well, I'm curious about this music. It's beautiful.
I want to know what it means. None of the words make sense, but
It's just an old elven.
I'm going.
The goblin starts stomping off up the hill.
Let's head up the hill.
All right. You come upon a small clearing, and you don't see a campsite. You don't see horses or carts or anything. It's all nature. But perched on top of a rock is a beautiful elven spring playing a lute, wearing long, flowing, finely embroidered, noble garb. The creature is slender, with ash blonde hair, undeniably beautiful, and it's difficult to pin a gender to it. All you know is that when you look upon it, this is a beautiful half-elf playing beautiful music, looking in your direction, still perfectly calm, and still singing this ancient elven tune, and its eyes are a golden yellow.
Ooh.
And it looks please hold.
That's a dude. I can tell.
It's almost like
It's whatever you want it to be, man.
it actually, your impression of the gender of this half-elf sort of shifts and changes as it speaks, as it moves, and as you look at it from different angles. All you can conclude is that it is definitely beautiful.
Are you gonna change the way you look every time we come in contact with you?
The half-elf smiles a little bit and stops playing its instrument and says, "You all could use a rest. Please, come have a seat."
I'll stand, thank you.
Very well.
I sit.
He smiles a little bit as Ayan comes and takes a seat. He asks if
You
you...
follow us as a hunter. You follow us as a crow, and now you're... What are you? A pink skin, I know that much, but...
I am many things to many people. But I'm not here to talk about my past. I am here to repay kindness with kindness. He walks forward slowly towards Ayan, who's sitting on the ground. His beautiful clothing is just sweeping along with him as he walks. And
I like follow the clothing. I'm like,
he kneels down until he's just like 6 inches from your face. And he reaches out and grabs your hand and pulls it closer to him.
oh.
And he's holding your hand. And
I put my hand on top of it.
he's going to reach out and gently caress your face. And he says, "Such sadness, such hopelessness in these eyes. I'm so sorry for all that you've been through." You realize that the hand that you're holding has something in it, and that he's passing something to you. It is the agate pendant that you left with the hunter as payment for the food. As I said, I'm here to repay kindness with kindness. You were very generous to a close friend of mine, And so I sought you out to try to aid you. I do hope that you can find peace. He turns and looks towards the lightning hitting the top of the ridge. As he turns and looks toward it, there's a strike that echoes through the hills. And he says, "You approach an ancient and sacred place called the Graveyard of Thunder. It is sacred to the Saurians, and it is filled with lost treasures and many dangers. You should be wary because there are treasure hunters ahead of you, and they are not of the welcoming sort. Proceed with caution, but you might just find what you need to start your fortunes in this world, in those forgotten places, should you brave them." And then he turns back to Ayan, and he says, "This is why I have come, to give you this warning, and to ask you, let me do you a favor. Ask anything of me. I have many connections and much knowledge of these lands, and while there are many terrible rumors about me, I will gladly aid you, because you have shown that you are pure of heart. Is there anything that a well-traveled denizen of these lands can do to help you, Ayan?"
I look back at the party.
No!
Yeah!
No! No!
He looks like he knows a whole lot of stuff.
He looks like everything that he says and does comes with a price.
They.
Are you willing to pay
Beautiful.
it?
I think you already did. It was the agate, right?
Yeah.
And he's getting the agate
Do I
back.
have to ask for it
Apparently
now?
he owes Ian something. He's paying a price.
Do you know the monster that killed my master?
Who was your master?
I know this, and I
You
will
know
tell
this. I have it in my notes here.
It says right here, Joe knows this.
Yeah, so it's Kareth Fenlar was your master.
Did I come up with that name and I can't remember it? Do you know who killed Kareth Finlar?
I can't say that I do, but I will seek him out. If there are remains, if there is news of his passing, I will know of it, and I will pass it to you.
This would mean a great deal to me. Thank you.
He says, "Please, find peace for your tormented heart. These lands are hard enough on all of us, but you, I see the burden you carry behind those eyes. Be good to yourself." And then he stands up and starts scanning over the rest of you one by one. He looks down at the goblin. He looks up at Vergello. You see his eyes graze over your instruments, your musical instruments. And then he looks at he looks at Velas and gazes at you for an uncomfortably long time.
I just stare right back.
He's perfectly still, and he's just looking at you, and he says, "Forgive me, I am taken with you. You remind me very much of a love that I once lost. Her name was Viridia, and I've not seen the same look in the eyes of an elf since I looked upon her last." He looks like he's choking back tears a little bit, and then he turns away.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
Look,
Oh,
a secret roll for him.
Shifty,
So you won't know if
Shifty
you're-
knows what Shifty does.
Yeah.
Can I try and cheer them up by playing the song that they are playing?
You can try to match his song, yeah. This guy has like 5 perform and is rolling a ton of dice. He was playing crazy good music. You can match it from memory a little bit.
What if it's nails on a chalkboard?
It might be by comparison, I don't know.
Stop.
I'm just here for all of the NPCs to make you all feel inferior this time. That's the only. That's my only.
Oh my goodness, it's just
purpose
like
in
real
life
now.
Okay, one sec.
I know what I'm calling Velas in the next town, just to grate her gears.
Viridia it is.
Viridia?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know how many successes you need yet. I will know in a second. If he's being truthful,
It's gonna be
then
double
if he's being
digits.
truthful, then this roll is a bluff. And give me a moment.
When you get the chance, can you let me know or type in a channel what the amulet was that I got?
Yeah.
Once upon a time, I had it. I know that much.
And you got rid of it because you gave it to this very nice man.
We could have bought a bow with that.
All right, Veloz. You got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
After listening to him say all these things. You read 2 things. One, you think that there's some truth to this tale about the lost love, and that he was genuinely taken aback for a moment. You also get a sinister vibe from this guy. Like, all of his words are carefully chosen, and he probably can't be trusted. At least can't be trusted to be fully truthful.
Oh, I wish I didn't hear that.
You
You didn't hear that.
You did
Yeah.
it. It's just what I took in.
Okay.
And I'm actually gonna try.
Your
and
character
match the
doesn't
song.
know
I
it.
want to try.
Okay.
I want to try and do a performance.
Sounds good.
And I want to use my pride
Use your pride.
Let's both lose that prize.
because I'm either gonna lose it or
He got 2 successes
I
playing
get
it.
XP for it.
You go ahead.
Performance. All right.
11.
Performance first, and then I guess I just roll pride after that.
Yeah.
Wait, what did Josh just roll?
The performance for the guy.
Ooh.
2 successes.
4 successes.
You got 4 successes.
Yeah, I got 2 more on my pride roll.
You played it better than he did.
Didn't dig it, didn't dig it, didn't dig it, didn't dig it. Oh, no.
He compliments.
Yeah.
He compliments your talents.
Thank you.
Joe, this is your amulet that you have. It's an agate pendant. It was a semi-precious gemstone pendant of unknown value that you handed off to that hunter in the clearing.
Because he gave us food.
Yeah, everybody took the food. One person. It was very much like this encounter. 2 people were like, "Fine, I'll eat," and one person was like, "Fuck this guy, I don't trust him." And then you were like, "Here, have payment." It basically played out exactly like this scene just did. Nothing has changed in all these sessions.
Except for Bill is showing off right now.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
He was
I do go-
challenged.
The
I
guy
don't
looked
sit in
sad,
front of you,
so and he looked at my instruments, and I don't know which one.
Yeah, don't look at my instrument. Mine.
He turns to you, Bill, and he says, "I've never heard it played better. Truly, I mean that. You're a master of your craft."
Showering me with unnecessary compliments. Yours was a masterwork in its own right.
It is a song of ancient times, and to hear it live on is a beautiful thing. Cherish it. Remember it. It might just
I shall.
lift your heart in the darkest of times. He turns to all of you and he says, "I wish you the best of luck, travelers. On whatever quest this may be, watch yourselves, be wary, and be careful who you trust." And then
Thank you, kind friend.
he's going to
You too, golden-eyed guy.
he's going to collect his instruments and just go walking casually backwards down the path that you all traveled up here on.
Like, when you
Like
say
he's-
backwards, do you mean like moonwalking?
No, no.
Oh.
He's walking forwards in the opposite
I
direction.
was very confused. This man just showed up, gave us a necklace, showed us a song, and he his way out of the arena.
Somebody needs to
trust him with my life.
Somebody needs to clip this so that I can title it "What I Deal with Every Day."
I don't have the chat open. I don't think I can.
I don't know how to clip things.
It's all right.
You just if you have the thing open, then you just it's next to the wheel bar. There's like a clip. Alt X.
I don't have it open anyways.
All right.
I just opened it. I didn't realize it was closed.
The yellow.
I'll have to go back and get
Realize
it.
my microphone's casting shadow on my
It
face.
might be worth writing down that song so perhaps we can play it at another time.
Oh, I have committed it to memory. Every song is written on my soul.
I roll to see if he's telling the truth. Sounds like something a musician would say.
I mean, I'm assuming I'll remember the song. Like,
Yeah. You can make a note that
yeah,
that it is a song titled "Before the Trees." That's the title of the song.
I'm just gonna put it in my inventory.
It's about ancient times when the elves were walking the land and sowing the first seeds and setting the rivers on their course, and it describes sort of an idyllic and pristine countryside before anything was tainted with civilization or conflict. It's a beautiful song about nature and ancient times and the birth of the realm. Okay. So,
What is your problem, Vilas?
Pardon?
That man has been nothing but kind to us.
I'm glad you feel that way. But shifty, no shifty. That man's kindness. It's not genuine like yours. Okay?
Well, don't drive him off before I get my answers. Perhaps he can tell me something about my past.
Grunralk, you've never been the least bit attracted to an elf before now.
But as soon as you saw that white glove,
Why? Elves are kind of pretty. Not
thanks,
you.
buddy.
Not you. That one. I don't know if I liked him better as a hunter or as whatever that was.
you said Elven Spring, right?
Elven Spring, yeah. He
So
did
they
not
were
look
half
like
elf.
an elf. He looked like a half elf, which to the goblin, that distinction is pretty difficult. But to elves and half elves, the rest of you, yeah, he definitely looked like an Elven Spring to you, which clashes a little bit with what you've heard about him having some sort of ancient presence, if he's truly the same individual that was talked about in the legends you heard. Elven Spring don't live that long. They live a lot longer than humans, but when you heard the tale of Stanengist, they say that the stones of the crown were scattered to the four winds by a thief named Marigal, and that would have been many, many centuries ago. Probably too long for an Elven Spring under normal conditions to have lived, so you're not sure if that means he's much older than he's letting on, or if he's not the same Marigal, or if there's some untruth to the legend. It could be any of those things, but he definitely appears to be Elven Spring to your eyes, not pure elf.
Nice.
It's a pink skin and it's attractive. That's all I know.
And I need you to be a little more careful. Which sounds strange coming out of my mouth, I'm sure. Especially when my voice sounds like this. God. But
That dagger's really messed up, like, your whole body.
it's really trying to ruminate right now.
Perhaps everyone can look at the amulet.
At least the crocodile people won't recognize your voice.
Does the amulet feel... Can I vibe check the amulet? I don't know how to do
Vibe check.
it. Like, I didn't really look at it close before, but
I want to inspect it more closely for any sort of unusual markings
Right.
or
Someone that is able to use magic would probably be best for if something. There's no
Checks.
identify skill or spell in this. Most magical things kind of give off signs that they're magical in some way, and you can
avoiding
study them a
saying
bit.
bye.
So Ayan would probably be the best person to inspect this and assess whether it is magical. And Ayan, you look at it closely, you flip it over in your hands. It looks identical to how it looked when you possessed it last. And you don't detect any magical properties about it. And in line with how you assessed it originally, it doesn't seem that valuable. It's kind of it's an attractive pendant with a medium quality semi-precious stone set in it. You think it would fetch some coin at market, you're sure. But this is not a treasure that kingdoms are built on, and you can't detect any sort of magical properties about it after studying it for some time.
okay. Well, I just put it back into my pack.
It seems that he was returning it to you as some sort of a gesture. Okay, so you stash in your
Okay.
pack.
Yeah, I do hope that I get some sort of answers with my past.
I know.
unrelated to this encounter, is it pronounced agate or agate?
I'm not sure.
I've always said agate, but I don't even know if that's right.
I don't know.
It's following conventional phonics. It is a gate.
There you have it.
That
But it
doesn't
might
mean
not.
that doesn't mean it's right. That just means conventionally.
Oh,
It follows like the rules.
maybe somebody in chat knows.
Hey chat, how do you pronounce it? Just type it in chat.
Somebody can Google
Type
it.
it in chat.
AGATE. Thanks, chat.
Here, how to pronounce. Except some of these YouTube videos are like troll.
Agate.
Agate is agate. I had it wrong, according to YouTube.
Agate.
YouTube's never wrong.
YouTube
All right,
lies.
let's-
People make bogus
We role-played
pronunciation
that whole
videos on
thing.
YouTube. It's-
They do. I've seen them. So okay, so we're in this top. We're in the hex that has the hill with the lightning strike. Correct.
Yes.
The Thunder Graveyard or whatever.
Yes, you're in the same
Um,
hex, and you can tell roughly the direction that you're supposed to go, and you're pretty sure that you could get there well within this quarter day if you keep going in that direction.
Okay.
You were
so
given
if we
some
get
warnings
there,
and information by the guy that you just encountered.
we would have to explore at evening time. Correct. I'm trying to figure out rules wise, like the order of operations.
Rules wise, you would. Let's see. We traveled here in
traveled to this
daytime,
hex
so
during the
yes, it
day.
will be evening time. Yeah, you can discover the location during the daytime. If you choose to explore, it will be the start of evening when you go in.
So, do we want to camp here and probably explore it tomorrow, either morning or day?
That's what I think.
What time is it again?
It's
We're about to start the
it's late
evening
afternoon.
shift.
You're getting towards the adventure site, and it'll be evening when you get there if you head straight for it.
It's dark at night is my only thing.
Hmm. I think that we
We
just
have torches.
rest here. We
Nah,
do.
we aren't.
But I think it would be a good idea to rest, especially if there really are people up there.
Okay.
Or thunder.
I'm fine either way. We can rest.
Then I will begin to make camp.
Josh,
Yes.
I'm not trying to fish, but I would like to practice casting.
If you're stationary and not doing any other action, you can put yourself in undecided and make a roll to try to learn a talent.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like I have to be near water to try and learn to fish, or if I could practice casting to learn fishing.
It's fine. I don't
I'm
think
just gonna
there's a hard and
pretend
fast
there's a
rule
lake.
on this, so yeah, you can You can practice throwing the net at rocks, and you can study the equipment and
I'm sleeping. You can throw the net at me.
try to make your roll for
Yeah,
that
okay.
stuff.
I'm gonna try and catch Grunrock.
Sure.
We're looking for big fish, Grumrock.
Hey, Grunrock can give you,
What'd you
if
say?
Grunrock wants to spend his quarter day helping you, he can give you +1 die on it.
Oh
No,
jeez.
Grunrock needs to sleep.
He does need to sleep, but
As
All right.
I'm so tempted to just take the L on the sleep to do this.
I mean, it would increase my odds from rolling 3 wits to 4 wits,
Mhm.
but also I understand you need to sleep.
What's the downside of not sleeping again?
We don't have someone to keep watch during the night.
No, I mean like if I just don't sleep.
Oh,
Don't
you're
remember.
cranky.
Already
That's
kind of
it.
cranky as is.
You just have to roleplay cranky.
There's a sleepy checkbox, so I imagine it probably like strength and agility, maybe have a -1 or something. I don't know, or maybe you get like a -1 to combat.
What
That'd be a
is-
question for the DM.
I better
Yeah.
sleep.
I was
then.
distracted, so you got to say it again.
I was saying, what's the like negative effect if I do not sleep? I don't remember.
Let me check.
I'm intimately aware of how exhaustion works in other game
Yeah,
systems.
if
but
you
not
don't
this
get
one.
sleep during a 24-hour cycle, you become sleepy, which, according to page 111, says you cannot recover wits except through magic. You suffer a point of damage to your wits each day that you remain sleepy, and as soon as you have slept for at least a quarter day, you are no longer sleepy, and you can recover wits normally. So basically, you start to slowly drain wits, and if you lose wits for any reason, you can't rest them back until you, well, you can't get them back until you sleep.
Why not? I'll help.
Yay!
Okay,
I hope I get it.
who needs sleep?
Does
Just mark
Does
that you are
Dahlia-
sleepy.
Okay.
help me make camp?
Sure.
While she's helping me, I'd like to talk to her.
Sure.
How are you holding up with all of this? You've not said much.
It's a lot. I have to ask you something. Is Velas a thief? I think she may have stolen
Ooh.
something from Mrs. Palmore's estate, and it sounded like she was being pursued by the crocodile people that she was talking about, and maybe also the Rust brothers. Is she a criminal?
He doesn't seem all that good of heart, but I think perhaps it's a mistake for us to part ways with her at the moment. I think that she can hold her own, and I don't think she has any ill intentions on us. I think that you've been sheltered a bit with Mrs. Palmore, and you perhaps haven't seen a lot of the outside world. Good and bad isn't black or white. It's in the middle. Maybe this is your first exposure with it. I don't think the last, perhaps, is a terrible person.
I only know how thieves were handled in the Hollows, and I never meant to set out into the countryside with someone who would take from others.
You're not here as a captive. What would you like to do?
It's all right. You seem to be a more considerate sort, and I hope that she's not taking advantage of you. That's all.
I still have all my stuff.
Do you? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I don't have much stuff. Well, let's get on.
She turns and looks out over the horizon from this high hilltop that you're on, and she goes, I have to say, it's really beautiful. The world is so much bigger than I ever imagined. I can see past the hollows from here and almost to the Dankwood, and I just never knew the world was so big. How much more is there?
What do you want? Where do you stay with us forever? Is there somewhere we can deliver you where you're happy? Have you given it much thought?
She looks a little overwhelmed with the question, and she sits on a rock, and she's trying to keep the water off of her face because you're getting drizzled on.
No, keep helping me make camp. What
All
do
right,
you
all
think?
right. She says, "I never."
I need the extra D6.
To be honest, I never imagined myself leaving the Hollows. It's I hadn't planned for any of this, and I rather like seeing the world, but it's scary at the same time. I think perhaps, well, I left to protect Mrs. Polmore, but I start to think that maybe she would be better off on her own. Now
I think the rest of the world would be better off if she were on her own.
now I don't know what I should do with my life. I've heard so many legends, and the world is so large. Perhaps I can travel with you for a while and see if I can find a place where I can be happy. You know, for the rest of it.
Well, you need to find your voice, because if you don't, you'll just be with us forever and not accomplishing any of those goals.
What do you think is at the top of this hill?
Danger. Something that'll perhaps make Velas happy or sad. I think that her emotions are tied to it.
She just quietly
What about you?
continues setting up camp. You can tell that she's
let's
deep in
finish that.
contemplation and that you have forced her to confront questions that she was not prepared to answer.
Grunrock, go long.
He dives into the mud and just tidal waves Ayan and Dahlia with a splash of mud.
So sorry, you guys. I'm trying to practice fishing.
I'm gonna then start flopping on the ground like a fish.
Hey, while I'm over here, why don't you merge our beds together? Maybe I'll let you take advantage of me tonight, Ian.
I put his bed well far away from me.
Well, it was worth a shot. Come on,
Dahlia looks very serious and
Hey, I had something else to
Yes.
say. Cast your net somewhere else.
Okay.
Right, go ahead.
I'm gonna jump
Let's
up
go.
and run off in the other direction.
Dahlia looks very
still
serious and borderline upset, and she leans down and she scoops up some mud in her hands and she looks around for a minute and she cracks just the tiniest smile and she says, "Here you go, you little goblin," and she chucks a giant wad of mud at Grunrock.
Does it hit me? I need to know if it hits
We're gonna see.
me. I need to know if it hits me.
Oh man.
No, it goes soaring over your head, but then her eyes get big and she runs and dives behind a rock.
When it goes soaring over my head, before she takes off running, I'm gonna and fall on the ground like she hit me dead in the
She's
heart.
peeking from behind the
That
rock
missed you
and she
by a
smiles a
long
little
shot.
bit.
The utter betrayal! You sponge bathe me and then get me dirty.
She laughs. There's a mud fight while camp is being made. Velas is probably somewhere contemplating brooding more serious things.
I'm keeping watch.
Okay, she's
It's
keeping
Fran
watch.
right
All right. Encounter roll. Oh, there is an encounter roll.
Wait, Josh.
isn't it
Before we do the
friendly
encounter, do you want me to do my wits roll?
Go ahead. Everybody make all your other rolls. This doesn't mean there's
I
an
already
encounter, but
rolled
it means there
for
might be.
camp.
Take a bonus for the biggest goblin fish you'll ever see.
I got 3 successes. I learned that so hard.
Holy shit!
Forget fishing. I can catch goblins with a net.
Grunrock is a fantastic fish.
I'm a little concerned about his newfound talents, actually.
No encounter. And so we get to do the camp roll. Let's go ahead and do that.
Why do I
Already
feel like
did it.
I'm gonna end up with a cast net over me in some future scenario?
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Camp roll's already done, Josh.
Say what?
Camp roll's already done.
Oh, was it a success?
Look.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
You make camp. You have no further complications. There is no encounter. And Bill learns how to fish by casting his net at a goblin. And
Da-na-na-na.
yeah, that'll wrap the evening, and we're into nighttime. So go ahead and move yourselves around.
Sleep.
Are we all sleeping? No.
Not me.
All right,
I mean, we can.
Do you mind if we take a very short bathroom break?
that's fine.
I know that.
Go ahead. No encounter, so the keep watch doesn't matter. Everybody is rested, and we are on to. Yeah, that was a short night. We're on to morning, so we can do food and drink rolls. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, there's Joe's headphones. All right. Welcome back. If you haven't done food and water rolls for the new morning, go ahead and do it.
Good.
I'm assuming Dahlia has food and water.
Yeah, I'm handling hers behind the scenes.
All right, just making
It's
sure.
too much spam and too much to for you guys to worry about, and you're all out of do.
Yeah, that's
D12,
fine.
So.
I just didn't want. I don't want her to be like starving while we're over here eating, and it's like,
Everybody
we can
restocked.
get food for you.
Everybody restocked to the end, and nobody's close to running out.
So it's morning time.
It is morning.
When we get up and we're like getting stretched and getting packed and things,
Okay, I'm back again.
I'm going to like undo my dagger, take it like off of my belt. I'm gonna walk over to Dahlia. Say, I want you to take this. And I'm not saying I want you to use it. I mean, to be quite honest, if we come into combat, the best thing for you to do is to run and hide. And I will find you. Or Grunrock will find you. Or Ayan will find you. Or Vergella will find you. But not fighting is a luxury and an option that we don't always have. As often as you can, you should run and hide.
She says,
But you need to have this to be safe.
"Thank you," and she takes it from you. And she looks around at the party one by one as you name them off, and then she looks ahead. Are we planning on exploring here?
Yeah.
She looks around at the party, and she will take the dagger, be quietly strapping it on, feeling it, getting familiar with the weight, and she's gonna stand behind Grunralk to the best of her ability while marching forward. Even though he only comes up to her hips, she seems to be kind of looming towards him for protection. And yeah, go ahead and place yourselves where you like.
But we're exploring.
Oh, right.
If you're going up the rest of the hill towards the spot, then you just put yourselves on explore.
I forgot. Right. Yes.
Can we keep watch while we explore?
That won't be necessary. It'll all be wrapped into the same. We become real time, and then you'll make your scout rolls if there's things to scout, or if you choose to.
We do it live.
We'll do it live. All right, so let's go. You're making your way up to the hilltop. The storm is intensifying as you go. And here we go. Gonna move us over here to the map for a moment.
This sound effects soundtrack just makes me want to fall asleep.
Good.
Oh, no. That would have messed up all the cameras, right?
For a moment.
I'm back.
He's back. All right. I'm gonna tone back the sound here a bit so that I can talk. All right. You make your way up the hill. You're not quite to the very crest of the hill. It goes up a bit farther. but when you're about 90% of the way up the highest ridge that you can see in the area, you are gazing upon a range of hills below you now that you're pretty elevated up, and you can see that there's not a ton growing on these hills, and that the rocks and ridges all around you that you can see down below are scarred and charred with black marks where thunder has struck many times over this range of hills. And there are burnt trees and rock-strewn hills, and your eyes are drawn to the center of the hill ahead, where a cave mouth opens before you like the grinning jaws of a dragon, with huge rocky spikes all around, sticking out in every direction around the ominous cave entrance. And the skies are dark gray here even during the daytime, and occasionally the whole place is just lit up bright white by flashes of lightning, sometimes striking the top of the hill, sometimes striking elsewhere, and often they are loud enough and close enough to shake you pretty badly. Like you're worried that being out of shelter for extended periods of time here could be a little dangerous. You think if you
Might get struck by thunder.
you might get struck by thunder. Right. Yeah. So up ahead, you see a high point on the ridge, and there's clearly a cave mouth up ahead a few hundred feet away across a broad clearing, with many paths leading up to it from many directions, and it has this toothed-looking cave mouth.
I say we go inside.
Yeah. Let's head for it.
Oh.
Dahlia looks a little concerned.
Okay.
Well, the other option is standing out here and getting hit by lightning.
I mean,
Let's go inside then.
All right.
you don't shape it like that unless there's something worthwhile inside.
Got a point.
Well, if we go inside, perhaps we're the things worthwhile that's inside of it.
I mean, this is true.
giant stone monster and it's gonna eat us.
What? I just need refreshing for us. Why are we here again?
I really think it's just because the lightning was striking here.
Well,
a lot.
at first it was the lightning striking, and then our Elven Spring friend confirmed that while there was danger here, there was also treasure.
I think that he said there are other treasure seekers.
He also said there was treasure
ahead.
and danger. 3 things: treasure seekers, treasure, danger. He said hidden treasures. I heard it. I got excited.
I suppose it's worth noting that treasure seekers and danger were 2 separate things.
Yeah. I assume one of the dangers is also lightning. Maybe the thunder is loud enough that it'll strike you too. I don't know.
And giant teeth.
He told you treasure seekers of an unsavory sort that you should be wary of.
I say that. That's what I say right there.
Then he also said that this
You
whole
said treasure.
You said
Yeah.
treasure, hidden
That
treasures,
would
and
set us up. We
dangers.
could make a fort.
Yeah. Okay, so
I could buy a boat.
describe the manner of your approach. You all make it to the clearing.
We walk backwards.
Right. You're marching straight ahead. Got it. So you proceed across the clearing.
I want to be in front.
You want to be in front?
I would like to be moving stealthily.
You would like to be moving.
I
south.
want to be in
Are
front.
you stealthily ahead of the party, or are you stealthily in the party? If the party's not moving stealthily, then your stealthily does nothing. If you're in the
I will
party.
stealth ahead of the
All
party.
right, go
then.
ahead. Make a stealth roll and creep ahead while they're crossing the clearing. You just kind of get low and go running up ahead and trying to get to the cave mouth to scout it out quietly. 1 success on stealth. Let's get a scouting roll for you.
Shouldn't have closed out of my thing. Whoops.
Never close the thing.
No, close the thing.
Okay.
It says Graveyard of Thunder. That's terrifying.
All right.
Sounds cool.
Can I be looking for signs of people as I approach?
Yeah. Make a scouting roll.
I mean, I know it's probably all stormy and stuff, but
You, Velas, you make it to the cave entrance and step inside so that the rain is no longer hitting your head. And you look around, and it looks dark inside, like torches will be necessary to see. It slopes gently
Good thing we found
downwards
some.
into the mountain, and it's a big, broad, maybe 15-foot wide cave opening that slopes downwards and ahead. You see that there's a branch off to the left, a short distance up ahead, and you faintly smell smoke. And that's all you pick up without any successes on scouting. Grunralk, you're looking around for signs of passage. All you see is just sheets of rain pounding down, and you wish that you could get under cover.
While we're heading to the cave, Josh, is there any pattern to these scorched marks on the ground?
No.
Okay.
They seem random, scattered, and it looks like it's just an area where lightning strikes disproportionately all over the place.
Cool.
Most raised points have been hit at least once and are charred black, and most trees and things have been split and burned. So that there's not
Neat.
much growing that's taller than a shrub.
That just makes me want to move faster, because I am taller than a shrub.
All right. You all make your way.
Depends on what shrub.
You all make your way so that you're just standing within the cave entrance. And it's dark ahead. It looks like a broad passage extends downward before you, and that there's also a branch off to the left that has a bit of faint light shining from it. Like maybe there's a passage to the left that leads back to a different exposed area on the surface somewhere.
my eyes, I open my eyes wider than you've seen me opening them.
It's very
so far.
creepy. His pupils are like...
I can see in here.
Because you guys are all asleep when I'm on night watch.
Yeah.
So I'm not squinting anymore. It's like, oh man.
Your eyes, I can't see them. Your eyes look really nice. It's like, it's dark in here. I can't see anything. Someone light a torch. Anyone?
I'll give you a torch to light, but
The squint comes back, but I'm holding a torch up.
Aeon lights his only torch.
Oh, dang. Never mind. I'll let him light
Aeon?
the torch.
This thing will last for a bit, and then it will go out, and you will be out of torches.
He's distraught, you can tell.
All right.
Sorry, what's up?
You rolled a skull, which means you just lit your last torch. This thing is going to last you maybe 10 or 15 minutes until a dramatically appropriate time, and then it's going to be gone forever.
I'm lighting it, staring at the yellow, and he just sees as it comes up in flames how disappointed I am in him for not
That I don't-
lighting his own.
That I don't have a torch. I don't have any torches.
we all have D6 of torches.
I know.
He passed it over for the fishing
I passed it over for the fishing net.
Oh yeah.
We thought I was just standing here like an idiot, like as if I had like you were looking at me disappointed. You notice I have no torches.
You're just standing there with a fishing net in your hands.
I have a fishing net over one shoulder
holding the net.
and a field kitchen on the other shoulder and a liar by my side.
Liar has a name. Hello.
Oh yes,
Not that kind of liar. Okay.
The squints.
Oh, there we are. It took me a hot second to find us on this
Yeah,
map.
you're at the
Yeah,
bottom
I
center.
just realized there was.
There,
a
I was
map.
about to zoom everybody
Ooh,
over.
I'm noticing a cave entrance from the bottom. I got high hopes for the design of this map.
There's 2 Vergellos.
There are 2 Vergellos.
That's
Oh,
We are not
no.
insane.
that is exactly one too many. Hey, Vergel, who did I miss? There we go.
Me.
I start harmonizing with myself.
That's
Now
too many Vigellos hitting
the
them.
scale of
Get
these
up,
is
get away.
not even
Get
close.
away.
I'm making it much smaller here.
I said I don't want to.
Grunrock, you're huge.
There we go. So big. Okay.
I'm so much smaller than Ayan.
You're darn right, I'm huge.
You are.
I'm the tallest person in my village.
You're all out of control. All right. So,
I mean,
uh,
they're all dead, so that's kind of a handicap. But
Cave Mouse stands before you. You're all up in here somewhere. Nope, you're up in here somewhere. You see a passage off to the left that seems to go somewhere that there's a bit of light and a faint smell of smoke coming from that direction. And ahead of you, the tunnel slopes downward deeper into the mountain.
And
we
you said
wanna-
we can smell fire, right?
Yeah, you smell
Or
fire.
smoke.
And it seems like there's a
It's
little
like
smoke coming
fire.
from off to the left.
Do we want to confront these people now? Or wait until later?
I vote against fighting.
I mean, that's fair. I don't mind sneaking around, seeing if I can see how many people,
There's
See what
exactly
we're-
3. I can
I'm
sense
going
it.
with you. If we're sneaking up on them, I'm going with you.
Slap.
You're gonna sneak with your slappy goblin feet?
You haven't seen me in the dark.
Yeah, that's
We
kind of
just
the
hear
point.
you. Slap, 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 slap.
We just hear you.
Is that 2 wet fish running down the hall?
Quick, get the net.
I'm going to go off in like outside of the circle of the torch and stealth.
Okay. Sounds good. So are you and Velas stealthing or just you?
I am as well.
Okay, cool.
The
Before
2
you guys
successes
go,
make me disappear.
Oh, yeah.
1 second. Before you go, perhaps one of you have a spare torch. Mine's about to run out. I don't want to burn
Yes,
the
here's a
yellow's
torch.
neck.
Here, and you want me to just...
There's a torch.
I don't think we needed to light it.
Well, I'm not lighting it. I'm just giving it to him,
Oh.
making sure I still have more.
Yep.
You can actually, if
do
you
I-
have torches, the way we'll do this in the future is you state when you're lighting it, and after approximately a quarter hour or a dramatically appropriate amount of time has passed, I tell you that your torch
Call
goes
for a
out,
roll.
call for a roll, and the roll tells you if you have any more.
So I
like
still
that.
have a D6.
Yeah, but you're going to run out as soon as it goes out because you rolled a skull.
Wait, So I
Um,
don't have a D6.
Not anymore.
No, but
You have a torch.
You gave me one. I have
Aimee,
a
Oh.
Are
I
you
gave
giving
you
up
blood.
your D6?
Yeah, so
Oh.
I've got
You're
one
holding
more
2 lit
torch.
torches now, and you have...
What did he... No, she didn't light it.
If rolling it lights it, I would not have lit it. I was just trying to give him one and see if I still had torches.
Okay, yeah, that's not how this works. So, if you want to give him
I'm not
torches,
giving
you can say, "I give you my torches. You now have a D6, and I now have none."
No, you have
I
no
give-
torches.
I give A and my torches. He now has a D6 and I have none. I don't need these damn things.
characters handing a pile of torches to each other, going, "Well, but I need one."
Here's some fish.
Somehow,
I need
somehow
one.
you hand the
Judge.
torches back and forth, and they like multiply, and you have more than you did a second ago, and then all of a sudden they're
We
all
just found
gone,
a
and you're
real
like,
life glitch.
"Wait, where are the torches? I thought there were 10 torches,
bunch
and now
of-
there's 4 because I handed it
bunch
to
of-
you." Yeah.
A bunch of torches and sticks just fly out of the darkness. Where I was. I've given them my torches. I have 0.
Yeah.
Do I need to announce that I'm using my pride before I roll, or is it after?
Yeah. Announce it. I'll check the rule.
I
I'll check the rule because we're gonna need to know in the future. I'd just make a quick ruling, but let me look. Pride.
It says you get to roll an extra D12.
Pride says. Oh, interesting. We've been doing it wrong. Once per game session, you can use your pride when you have failed a skill roll. When you use your pride,
so
you
I
roll a
can try and roll
d12 to try to change it from a fail into a success by getting successes on the d12. So that's how pride works.
I still have mine.
Okay. So then I'll roll my stealth.
You rolled your pride with a skill roll, failed the skill roll and the pride roll simultaneously. You have lost your pride.
You hate plants.
That's most of my... That motivates most of my decisions in life.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So then now she would roll pride if she wanted to.
You can push it, or you can roll your pride, or one after
But if
the
I
other.
push it, I'll definitely hurt myself.
You will lose in agility, yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can you do both? Like, could
Yes,
she
but
push
do
it
it.
and then fails again, roll pride?
Yes. She can do one or
Okay,
the other.
let's do it.
Which one are you doing? Pushing?
I'm gonna push it
Okay.
first.
That's success.
You were supposed to remove a
didn't roll
die,
one
but
last.
I'll assume that the one that was... Whenever somebody screws this up and doesn't remove the skull die, I'm going to assume that the die in the same position is the one that stays a skull. So if the success had been on
I
that one...
apologize.
If the success had been on that one, I would
I-
call it a fail. But you succeed, you take a damage to your agility, and now you and Grunrock are sneaking off together. Right?
Yes.
All right, there they go. All right, we're moving forwards.
I'm surprisingly sneaky in the dark.
Who said that?
No slappy goblin feet.
Here's like muffled wet fish walking down the hallway.
There's a camp up ahead. But
Oh, there's lots of people.
Bunch of ghosts.
there's a camp up ahead, and they don't seem to know you're here. There's a foul smell coming from the camp. There's a good amount of smoke in this lightly sheltered chamber. It looks like there's another cave entrance off on one side of the mountain. If you were to follow a narrow ridge around that leads into this camp from the outside. So there's a little bit of light, and when lightning flashes, you see it flash up into the camp. And the camp itself, a handful of tents made from dirty hides stand haphazardly at the edge of the cave, exposed on one side to the lightning-ravaged wastes. Humanoid silhouettes move between the tents from time to time, and on listening and observing for a couple of minutes, you determine that this is a camp full of orcs. It's all orcs, and you see mud and blood-stained weapons and just terrible smells, and you occasionally hear some big, large orc who has like an iron hat with big spikes coming off of it and a big, jagged sword just marching around, barking orders at them. There's squabbling. There's squalor. This is a camp full of orc treasure hunters of some kind, presumably, that have set up in this little side cave near the entrance, and they don't seem to know that you're here.
She's right next to me, right?
Yeah,
Can she see me?
It-
Or am I hidden from
you
her?
can see each other. You're both just low behind a
gonna
rock
see-
together.
My hand's gonna like grip down real hard on the leather wrapping the hilt of my scimitar. And it's like a wild look in my eyes, huge grin.
I need a moment. It sounds like something just
I'm
fell
back.
over downstairs.
Always said.
I'm not going to ask for context. Okay, so the two of you
I was
are
gonna say,
hunkered down.
Josh walks back to there's gotta be an ass.
Dragons love thick bitches.
Well, obviously. Okay, so the two of you are looking on an orc camp.
I believe in medieval times they were called fair maidens. Anyway,
I don't think they were.
I don't think orcs were ever called
I'm
that.
talking about thick bitches, fair maidens.
Oh.
Oh.
I think
No, I also am.
Yeah, Grunrock's wild-eyed.
I reach over and like grip his shoulder. I'm just like,
Just one.
and I'm just gonna start like kind of trying to quietly like move him with me away.
Okay.
After she pulls me like a step or two, I'll go with her without like fighting.
Okay.
But I'm definitely looking in that direction still.
All right. The two of you return to the party.
We need
So what'd
to
you guys
move-
see?
Shh. There's like 12 orcs.
12 orcs.
Well,
We need to move.
12.
this was nice and all. The treasure is that we're making it out alive. Let's go.
Definitely not.
Don't be boring.
We're gonna push further in. We just need to keep.
No, you guys go ahead and push further in, find the rest of the orcs, come back, and then we head on out of here. Or we do it in stages. You just go ahead. And
If you wait here, then the orcs are gonna come out, and they're gonna find you.
Whereas if we go in ahead,
We get the treasure.
and then the orcs are gonna come out.
If there's
not
multiple
find it.
entrances, then these are just two that we see immediately. There's got to be more.
We could always kill them.
No.
You definitely can't kill them.
No, that seems just as sane as keeping on going.
It definitely doesn't.
How do you pay for anything? How do you eat?
I have skills. You know what those are,
We've
right?
seen them. We've seen them.
Dahlia says, I heard.
And despite that, we've managed.
Dahlia says, aren't orcs dangerous?
Just like goblins.
Extremely.
Just like goblins.
She looks suspiciously at Grunrock. Then she huddles up against
We
the wall
need
to get
keep
out of the
moving
rain.
Further in.
I'm not going to hurt you. I can't promise I won't hurt them.
We're not going to fight them.
If they come close to me, I'm killing them.
If they come close to you and they don't see us, we're going to hide, Grunrock.
So- Golden
You
Knight
can.
Man said, dangerous people ahead. You guys explore ahead and you see a band of orcs. And now you're going, no, all is safe. We can keep going.
I don't think
Oh, it's
anyone
not
said
safe.
it's safe.
No one's saying it's safe.
It's risk and reward. To make
If
it
you-
anywhere in the world, you have to risk.
I mean, we can look ahead.
If they wait here, then what prevents the orcs from coming out and finding them? They can't go out into the rain, where it is constantly, like, blasts of lightning. We need to move
no.
now.
Alright. Lead
I'll
the
go
way.
further in.
I will. Yeah, I'll
If-
move further in with Grunrock.
If Dahlia and Aen want to stay, we can't make them go.
No, who just disappeared?
I did, sorry. I was trying to move a little bit ahead. I guess it's set up in,
I
like,
don't know where
squares.
in is. I think this is outside. So I think
I
up here
recommend
is
that
in the
they-
cave.
Yeah,
Hide.
that's where we're wanting to go.
Oh, whoops.
I recommend that they hide, but I cannot stop them from staying here.
Dahlia says, I'd like to be out of the rain, but we're stuck between a storm, orcs, and whatever's down there in the dark. I don't honestly know where to go. I could just wait here for you to come back.
That is a bad idea, Dahlia.
You think it would be safer for me to go with you?
Yes. What is going to prevent the orcs from finding you here? Literally nothing.
The same struggle
Certainly
box
not
would
him.
prevent them from finding us in there.
We're further away if we move in.
Didn't that man say that this was some sort of burial ground? Who
I believe so.
So, are we just going to go down there and take from it?
It's very possible.
We'll ask nicely, and if it makes you feel better, if I'm confident there's no orcs, I'll even ring bells.
She smiles a little bit and says, I was always taught to respect the dead, so that's what I'll do. But let's go in out of this rain.
All right. She's coming. Grunrock is coming. Rogello.
You ain't gotta ask me twice.
Yeah, I'm there with you guys.
Grunrock is waiting for one single solitary orc to be by himself.
Grunrock is going to keep moving with us. And we venture on!
All right.
Slappy Bard feet.
All right, you set off downwards. Who's in front?
I will be in front again.
Grunrock's in front.
I will be right beside him.
I was about to say, I better see you up there, Velas.
All right, you start off down the cave mouth, and here's what you see as you make your way down the tunnel. The tunnel up ahead is lined with animal skulls impaled on sharpened poles on both sides of the path up ahead. The cave wall opposite where you walk in is carved with crude symbols, just like graffiti across a wide swath several feet across, and it reads in Orcish, Crocs territory, Kraakhs, Crocs territory. A creeper with dark red leaves covers the west wall of the cave mouth like a thick reddish covering, and a soft sound of babbling water comes from somewhere within the cave to the right. That is everything that you see. Describe to me your actions.
The creeper, can I identify what it is, or if it's significant in any way, being
Yeah, you can make
poisonous?
a survival roll.
Okay.
You're great at those.
Woo! Let's go.
You don't get to pride it because of your loss of botany, but that's all right. Triple success.
It means nothing.
Draw pretty plants.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
It's
No,
a
I wouldn't
green.
either.
No, you do learn something about it. It grabs it. No, it is a vine that has been transplanted here. That normally grows outside and on the exposed rocks, and on noticing that it's been transplanted here, you examine it a little more closely and realize that it's been carefully planted here to cover a crack in the wall leading to a passage.
Ooh.
There seems to be a very narrow hidden passage behind the creeper vine.
I pull it aside and look to the party.
You'd have to turn
And
sideways
gesture.
to squeeze through.
Oh, let's fucking go!
And then I indicate that Grumrock and Velas should be leading the charge.
Okay, I'll go in first.
I'll go in second. You
Grumrock,
stay
I'm sure
behind.
you don't need to go sideways. You can probably just spread your arms
His
out.
feet have to go in forward.
Yeah, I got big feetsies.
Now, I follow behind them as well.
And I will go last. I will give us a musical rear, which will do absolutely nothing but make it sound lovely whenever I get stabbed in the back.
Do you want to play
Your
music?
rear is musical.
Are you
Huh?
playing music right now?
No, I'm not
All right.
actually going to play music.
I have to check.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be
All right,
suspicious.
go ahead and scoot yourselves up to where you want to be. Who's going
I think
in?
he was setting up for
Who's
like
going in
in
here
case he got
first?
jumped from behind. It'd be like a one-man band followed.
All right,
Grunrock is.
Grunrock going first.
I'm in.
All right,
Yeah.
Grunrock. Behind the veil of the creeper vine, a smaller chamber opens up. The air is stuffy and the floor is covered with dust. On an altar of stone on the opposite wall lies a collection of simple objects, and the wall behind the altar is adorned with an ancient cave mural.
Does it look of any
What's this
significance?
thing?
And I'm gonna pick up one of the objects and kind of hold it up.
You're holding.
Don't.
He grabs an object. He said it.
A curse.
You're holding a seashell with a purplish hue.
You should put that back down.
You can see.
I
So now that
use-
you're standing over the altar, you can see. I'm going to answer a couple things here. You're looking at the altar closely, so you see that there's a half a dozen brightly colored seashells. To one of you, these look. Not these specific shells, but to Velas, these look of a familiar sort because you've seen merchants peddling very similar shells in the past. And there's also on top of the altar 3 black pearls, and there is some sort of stone pitcher with a lid over the top of it, and there's a lovely perfume-like smell coming from it. Those are all the things you see sitting on top of the altar. 3 black pearls, half a dozen seashells, and a pitcher of some sort of perfume-smelling substance. And Bill, you asked about the mural, I believe. You were asking if it had any significance.
That's my question as well.
Yes, there is a cave mural depicting 3 humanoid lizard-like creatures kneeling before some sort of massive draconian demon-looking creature. A huge, spiky, horned thing with huge teeth that's looming over them with huge spikes coming off of its back. And its mouth and its back have bolts of lightning coming off of all of them. And the lightning bolts look like they were once painted with some sort of like gold leaf paint that's peeling off so that there's just little bits of gold shimmering throughout it.
Well, as much as I would like to repurpose these black pearls, I think maybe that's something to grab on the way out, like a gift shop. This is giving me really intense snatch and bad things happen vibes.
I mean,
And
he
I'm
already
okay with
snatched one of the things off.
I have the shell.
He only grabbed one.
He's
though.
holding a nice looking shell. It's nice looking.
You said it has an aura about it?
What does?
I thought you said a shell had like an aura or something around
They're
it.
colorful.
No?
It's
Oh, they're just
purple
colorful.
There's no
hue,
visible
I think.
magic
Okay.
happening. The shells are nice and colorful, and like if you were to walk along a beach or a lake and look for seashells for days, these are among the nicest specimens you would find.
Well, then I'll say that, and then I'll look at Grunrock, who's holding one,
Let's just. I mean,
and I'll reach over and grab one of the black pearls. Just really.
Uh-huh.
You're holding a black
Yeah.
pearl in your hand. It's quite beautiful.
Eats you.
You're pretty sure it would make a nice adornment in some piece of jewelry.
What do I think I could sell it for?
Maybe a silver?
Just one?
Yeah.
I'll put it back.
I'll hold the shell for a
It
second.
would take some effort to find, and an ordinary person would be quite pleased to own such a piece.
And I like linger towards putting it in my pocket and then look at Dahlia and put it back.
I don't get it.
What
I
don't
don't
you
get it.
What don't you get?
What treasure are we here for? Here is treasure. Here are valuable items.
We can
This
grab
could,
them if you
this
want.
could pay for food and a roof over our head and perhaps new steel if we need it.
Dahlia looks
Yeah,
around
I'm-
and she says, I told you that I'd like to respect the dead. And she looks around and says, I don't see any dead people.
I grab the pitcher and pull it off the altar when she says that.
Somehow Dahlia's the moral compass of the party. Everybody's like, is this okay?
And
I got the jar.
Listen,
Hey,
I have no
Grunrock, be
problem
quiet.
with grabbing the pearls.
What is it? What is it?
Perfume.
It's full of perfumed oil. It smells. Well, to Grunrock, it probably smells terrible. To everybody else, it smells quite lovely.
I had no problem grabbing pearls, but there's a bigger cash cow here.
Let's just grab what we can. That way, we can get out of here. Ian makes a point.
Your greed is gonna kill us.
My greed is gonna pay for your food, new boots, new clothes, and I'll grab the pearls and start making my way out.
I'm taking the stinky oil.
My food. I've been living off the land for
I'm
decades.
walking out.
Are you talking about out of the room or out of the cave?
I'm walking out of the
Out
room.
of the
Okay.
room. Yeah.
All right.
She's not leaving this
I'm
cave.
I'm the last to leave to say, like, I cook everyone's food.
All right. Keep thorough notes of who is
Did you grab all the pearls,
who's
Amy?
going where and taking
I
what.
did. I grabbed 3 pearls.
Of course.
I'm gonna
I mean,
take one shell.
Just keep them in your inventory, whatever you take. So we have 1 shell, 3 pearls, and did somebody take the perfume or did you set it back?
I took the stinky oil.
All right. That one counts as an item for carrying capacity purposes. It's a real thing that you'll have slung over your back. So
It's a real
the little shells and pearls and stuff don't
I'm a real
count
thing.
as any significant weight to carry.
I don't know where to note that.
Dahlia's gonna go
Keep-
take one of the
Under
shells.
your torches.
Just add it under your items.
Under your food and water and torches. There's like a little plus.
I got it.
All right. We should definitely move on.
There's still 4 seashells sitting over there by my count. Is anybody taking them or are you leaving them?
Yeah, I'll grab the shells.
Okay. You have 4 shells. All right, so you all come back out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Velas, you are standing right next to the large mural on the wall that says Crux Territories Day Out, and you are up ahead can faintly
territory.
make out that there is an underground stream flowing by with a small lake at the end of it, and that this passage seems to make its way towards that.
Well, then let's move that way. I have a quick question, DM.
Yes.
When I pushed my stealth roll and I hurt my foot, did that get me a willpower?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
it did.
Yes.
Who's
okay.
moving in front? Grunrock or Velas?
Me.
Grunrock, I guess.
Alright, Grunrock.
He came out second and then was like, move.
I'm not slowing down. Y'all can talk politics all you want. I have the stinky oil. I want to see what the water's doing.
Okay.
I'm letting Dahlia not be in the rear because I don't want her to get.
I'm also kind of this much hoping that I just run into an orc.
Well, I'm close
Well,
behind.
Grunrock, you didn't run into an orc, but you did run into a trap. There is a tarp covered in dirt, and you step on it, and a bear trap is underneath, a rusty old bear trap that goes on your legs, which to you is more like thigh height. Yeah, you're being attacked.
Oh, no.
And so, however,
Can I? Okay.
this is a rusty and ill-maintained trap, and so there's a chance that it will not clamp all the way shut and will instead without hitting you and just scare the crap out of you instead. If this is a 5 or a 6, it functions properly. If it is a 1 through 4, it's just gonna and not hit you.
Hey!
Huzzah.
You step on it and it lets out a loud echoing
Oh no.
and dust gets tossed up and gravel gets tossed up and the goblin is probably screaming, and then it settles to the ground with a rattling of rusty chains. The sound of it echoes and echoes and echoes in all directions through the cave. And Grunrock, you're standing in the middle of the rusty iron jaws that are almost touching you, but the trap misfired and didn't work.
Now's a good time to hide.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's move somewhere.
Go back in the crack. Go back in the crack.
Go back in the crack.
I'm gonna I have to get my leg. Like it's still close. I got to get my leg.
No,
out of it, but
you're-
I'm, waving at people to go.
You're not
You're not caught in it.
You're not caught in it at all.
No, but he said it was like almost closed.
You can
on
step out of it.
I can imagine. I can't just. Oh, I can. Okay.
It didn't close all the way. It just scared the crap out of you.
Yeah, quick.
Yeah.
Back the way we
Is
came.
everybody going back into the room?
Yeah.
Yep.
Into the side room? All right. You make your way back into the side room.
And as we go through, I reset
You pull the
the
creepers down.
vines.
Conceal it. All right. Yeah, you, just as you would expect, orc leader and 3 orcs are going to come patrolling up about 2 or 3 minutes later. And he's like, "Quiet back there, you maggots. I bet that cave guardian came out looking for us. The one what butchered old Hagmar. Yeah, we can give him a talking to. See if he's stuck in our little trap." And he's got 3 orcs trailing behind him. This leader is a big beefy dude, and he has a big sword and rusty old shield, wood bound with iron. He's got a helmet on, huge protruding jaw with big nasty teeth. And the guys behind him all have clubs and little wooden disc shields, and they're all hobbling along in orky fashion. And he walks up to it and he's like, "Hold on a minute. It's been tripped, but it didn't catch him. Who's responsible for these hinges?" And all the other orcs are looking around like, and he's like, "What good is a trap if it gets stripped and it don't get nobody, huh? Huh? Somebody's head's gonna roll for this. Yes, indeed. Who was on trapping duty? Was it you? Was it you?" They're all looking and pointing at each other. It's the Spider-Man meme. He's like, "We're gonna sort this out back at camp." And he looks around, and he walks up to the edge of the stream and looks around, and he's like, "Maybe we should look for some footprints. See which way he went." And one of them's like, "Boss, I was the one responsible for traps." And he kneels down on the ground and drops his weapons to his
What a
sides.
guy.
And he goes, "You what?" And he says, I was the one on trap duty, but I asked for some oil and Gerbag back in camp. He told me we was out of oil." He goes, "Gerbag, the quartermaster, says we was out of oil." And he's like, "Yeah, he says we was out of oil." And he's like, "We've got plenty of oil. Why would he lie to you?" And he goes, I don't know. Maybe Gerbag's slacking on his duties. Maybe he dumped out the oil by mistake." He goes, "We're going to get to the bottom of this, and one of your heads is going to roll. Let's go." And they all go marching off back to the camp and vanish out of
Like
sight.
that one orc, he was on us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what a guy.
That
Quality
one gets
orc.
to live.
Quality orc.
Alright, so
Yeah.
we live in this little cubby now. Here we are.
Once I hear him go back, and it's been like an okay amount of time, I'm gonna try to poke a little goblin head out. Any orcs here?
You don't see any orcs in any direction.
I'm gonna.
You hear a ruckus coming from back at the camp. You hear war drums and people yelling.
Is the perfume oily by any chance?
Yes, it is perfumed oil. It is oil that is scented
I-
with mashed up botanical ingredients to make it smell nice.
I would like to reset the trap using that oil.
You want to use the oil to fix up the trap?
Not much of it, just,
Sure.
A little bit.
We're gonna move.
Make a note.
Yeah.
Make a note that 25% of the oil is
slightly to the
used.
left.
Okay.
How much percentage?
25% of the oil
25.
is used, and make a note of it on the description because it'll affect the value of it if you go to resell it.
Let's put it right here.
You want to move it from
What's
where
it?
it was and replace it?
Yeah.
All right.
Put it where?
Let's put it right here.
Okay. I mean, that's about where it was.
Little-
It was on the narrowest part
Yeah,
of the path
we'll-
on the
we'll
way to
just
the...
Is
shift
that
it.
it?
Yeah, we don't want it to be in the same spot because they'll know where
It was at the
is.
narrowest
Why
point in
not?
the
Why not?
path on the
Let's
way
put it-
down to the stream.
I'm sorry. Let's
Can
put
we-
it in like right here.
I was gonna say, yeah.
also
Let's
a
put
good-
it. We could put it somewhere kind of towards the mouth where they're gonna hit it early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still just want to be able to hear the loud clang. I think it's
Me.
more for the
Yeah.
sound. than
Okay.
anything, but-
So you
Okay.
use the oil to...
I mean, it doesn't
You
matter.
use the oil to lubricate the hinges, you reset the trap, you move the tarp and the trap, and you kick a bunch of dirt over it, and you place it back here near the cave mouth so that you will get some warning if somebody comes down the corridor behind you. Correct?
Yeah.
And then memorize where it is.
Oh, yeah, you all know. You all know. You can all sidestep it without issue.
No, we all memorize. We all.
You'll have to step off the path and kind of hop up the wall a little bit to get around it. It's a place that someone will naturally step on if they don't know about it, but that you can all avoid without having to affect you.
Us tall folk couldn't like step over a bear trap.
You could also just running jump, leap over it or whatever. Yeah, that's all fine.
How big is a bear trap?
It's just a big...
How big is a bear? How much does a banana cost?
We're not going into this. All right. Dahlia rolls
Is it
her eyes.
agate or a gate?
Dahlia rolls her eyes because she is my voice. All right, so right, you reset the trap and you hear a ruckus coming from the camp. You think some orcs are having a bad day, and yeah, that goes back to you.
Sounds like the perfect sound cover. I
That's-
say we move deeper.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, who's leading the way?
I'm
Same,
out.
same
Walking
order.
in front can't be bad for anyone under any circumstances, so you might as well just...
I'm in front.
I mean,
Alright.
maybe scout out for traps.
Mm-hmm.
As
Be
well.
looking,
I will keep
we're
my
both looking for traps.
now unnaturally large and dilated eyes clear and peeled for any sign of
Sounds
trappage.
good. You make your way to the edge of the stream. It's a little babbling brook. It is flowing south, so downwards on the map into in the foreground here, in this little area right here, is a lake filling the southern half of this chamber, and you can see that across the stream to the east is another open chamber. It seems like the only way forward in this direction that you can see would be to cross the little stream. You can't really easily see the bottom of it. You can see across it. It's about 7 or 8 feet across. If you were a real good jumper, you could leap across. But it's a ways, and will probably require sloshing through to get across. Difficult to tell how deep it is, and Ian's torch goes out.
Well, I still have D6 torches because Gromrog threw his entire stack.
Okay, you want to light up another one?
at-
As long as we know who has a torch in hand, for purposes of how many hands people have for things. All right, you
Can
light
I-
up another one.
Can I take my fishing net and try and see how deep the water is?
Sure, you can throw your fishing net into the water.
Whoosh. There it goes.
You can, if you.
Catches a crocodile.
So
man.
you want to go up to the edge of the water?
Mentally, I'm thinking casting net.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna sink to the ground.
Yeah. So do you want to go up to the edge of the water and look with a torch in one hand and a
Yeah.
fishing net in the other
well,
hand?
I'll have Ian come to the edge with me because he's got the torch.
Sure.
I gently put my arm around his waist and put the torch above his shoulder.
The two of
Well,
you,
that's just gonna give me a minus
the
one.
two of you make scouting rolls.
Sorry. What roll?
Scouting. You're walking up to the edge of the water together with a torch and a net, and you're trying to assess the approximate depth.
Ah! I see nothing.
You both look down into dark blackness.
I want to push mine.
Okay. You want to lean up over the edge of the water
Wait,
and take a
Before
nice.
he pushes his, do I need to declare if I push mine first?
You could do it in any
Like,
order.
At the same time as him?
You could do it
Okay,
one
so
by
if he
one.
fails, I can... Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but if he succeeds, I don't want
That's
to
fine.
push.
You can choose to push if he fails. If he looks down and goes, I don't see anything, then you can be like, hold on. Take a closer look. Go ahead.
See anything?
You take a damage and gain a willpower to your
I was looking for that willpower actually.
wits or whatever. Yeah, he's looking down and he's pretty confident there's nothing down there. If you push, you will automatically take at least 1 damage. Up to you.
And there's no other way to continue other than in the
Direction.
water.
It looks like the water wraps around the only path deeper into the caves, and that there's more cave beyond the water. Like it probably needs to be crossed somehow.
I don't push, but I sit on the bank and put my feet in.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do I touch the bottom?
It's pretty deep. You don't touch the bottom. Your feet are
And then
dangling in the water.
You know when you do that thing at the pool where you gently lower yourself
Mhm.
in?
No, I always jump in the pool.
You're gently lowering yourself in.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I am going to be up by him, and I'm just going to go ahead and summon the dagger, so I'm holding
Okay.
it.
Sounds good.
Slit his throat.
You said, go in. Go in or I stab you.
No, I'm thinking Crocodile Man jumps out. I don't want to have to waste a fast action to draw.
Oh. I lost sight of the crocodile people. I gently raise myself up and crawl backwards.
Oh, okay. You dip in briefly and then back up and crawl back out?
Yep.
Okay.
So you didn't feel how deep it was?
Hearing Velas draw
Oh.
her dagger,
Does it make a sound
refocused
when it
me.
appears out of my
It
hand?
just goes,
So no sound.
It's a slight whoosh.
I wouldn't tell you that I was drawing it.
Okay. Did I hear anything or not?
you can notice her draw the dagger.
Little.
Okay.
Okay. I scooch on out and go, that was a bad idea. I don't know what I was thinking.
It wasn't a great idea, but it was a very brave idea.
Oh, thank you. All right. I need to remember, I really don't want to be...
Vergello, were you doing net things?
Yeah, I wanted to like let my net go in the water to see how deep it
Okay,
was.
you can throw the fishing net in and then see how much slack rope there is to try to estimate how deep the bottom is, etc.
Okay. I don't like toss to get it to the center because I'm not trying to make a loud splash. I more just like set the net in the water and kind of shove it. It would only go like a couple of feet away.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Okay.
just like as far as I can like
You toss it out a
lower
little bit, you let it sink its way down, and then you're feeling the rope to try to feel when it goes limp to try to estimate how deep it is. The answer is it sinks and sinks and sinks, and it seems about maybe 8 feet deep, and then there's a sudden tug on the rope.
Oh, I've got this fishing. I'm gonna catch it. I mean, I'm gonna try and pull
Whatever
it back.
is
I'm not
down
gonna
there
let
is
someone take it.
strong. You feel a resistance, and it's pulling and going. And everybody sees this happen. Vergello is now in a tug-of-war match with something under the water.
Can I help
Question.
him pull the rope?
Do I get to roll fishing for this, or does it have to be strength?
This is strength.
Can I help him pull the rope?
Sure. You can give him +1 die on his might test.
Can I give?
This is
him
might.
+1
This is
die?
might, which is a skill that's strength plus might.
Can I give Run Rock +1?
If you're like, Run Rock, pull! And then you pull with him, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would imagine if we're doing tug of war, he's going to be doing the bulk
That's
of the
fine.
work regardless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand ready with the dagger to like either stab whatever comes out, or if they like critically fail and fly in, I'm diving into the
Okay.
water.
So this is might +1 skill die.
Yeah.
And then do I still have the oil,
Yeah, you do.
the perfume? Okay.
You have 75% of it.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
One success.
Is it contested?
Yeah, so hold on.
Does he have to declare if he pushes beforehand if he so desires?
Pushing on contested rolls has its own rule. I think enemies don't do it. Only player characters push on.
Enemies? You've given yourself away now.
I think that non-player characters
The surprise has been
I
spoiled.
think that
Haha.
friendly little fairies that live at the bottom of streams and caves, they don't push.
Okay, the Fae folk are far from friendly.
But I think
I just meant if it did, like, would Hank have to declare?
I
that
think
he
you
wanted
have to decide if you push
before?
before it rolls.
So, pushing has almost no negative effect on me here, or any skull I
you-
roll would
Skulls
damage me?
rolled on the attribute dice would damage you, and you don't re-roll the sword.
I can heal you if it gets bad.
Okay, so I go down one sword and then just push.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ugh, well, I got more successes, but I did take some damage.
You have 3
got a willpower.
successes. It gets 1, so pushing made the difference. All right, you pull and pull and pull, and a really big, like 4.5 foot diameter albino crab gets dragged up out of the water, going in every direction, just trying to grab it, whoever it can. But it's at the end of a net, and you're all pulling back on the rope. So everybody that wants some distance from it has some distance from it. Anybody that wants to can get the pounce on this thing. Veloz, do you want to go in and... All right, this can count as a sneak attack because it's holding onto the net and focused in another direction. You can just go up behind it. So you get full sneak attack bonuses for your daggery, but you will then be in melee range with it after that's all said and
I'm
done.
not saying let's do this, but could you imagine if we just like bowling balled this thing into the orc camp?
It's a big white crab with little red beady eyes, but it's got little flecks of goldish, shiny, metallic color through its shell.
Ooh,
Pretty
This-
crap.
looks like dinner.
Yeah,
You
I'll eat
guys,
it.
I'm really good at fishing.
Yeah, you are.
Master Fisher.
We've got food.
Oh, I would love some snow crab.
All right, Aimee. You want to make that roll?
I'm down to eat cave crab.
I
We should
am.
keep it.
Yes, I am triple checking to make sure I put in stuff for my Phantom Dagger correctly.
Okay.
But maybe I should just roll it and we'll see how it goes.
It's got like bonuses on sneak attack and like a certain amount of base
Yeah,
dice.
it's-
I think it has like 2 base dice.
So this is
I thought I had
This
like
is
an
where I
artifact
have-
dice or something.
in the notes.
Counts as dagger. So it's got +1. So it rolls 1 gear die and also a d8 artifact die. And you add 2 to the skill dice on the attack because of the sneak attack.
Okay, so it's normally a 2, so it should be a 4 on the skill dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, she's about to stab the hell out of this crab.
Hopefully.
Stab a crab. Grab a stab.
7 skulls.
It's only the
Well,
artifact
the
dice.
artifact die.
You got 2 total successes, which adds 1. That's a success, and it adds 1 additional damage on top of the normal damage. So that's going to be 3 damage to this thing.
I will actually spend a willpower and increase the damage up to 4 damage with Path of the Killer.
Okay. So you're going to do 4 total damage. It has 8 armor rating, so I'm going to go ahead and roll those dice.
Jeez. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Every 6 reduces the damage by 1, so it takes a total of 3 damage, which leaves it badly wounded, but still snapping around. It's got like a gaping gash across the back of its skull, and there's some coming out, and it's still going in different directions, and it's gonna take a snap at you. Because we have 2 people that were actively hauling the rope. We have you sneak attack.
Oh, wait.
And then we have
My attack rolls are supposed to be modified by +1.
Okay, roll an extra die. If it's a success, then it will
Sorry.
kill it. If this is a 6, you'll just kill it outright. No.
It is
Okay.
not. Sorry.
Um,
I forgot to add Knife Fighter.
Grunralk. Here, I'm gonna draw an initiative card for Grunralk and the crab to see who goes first, because they're the only 2 that could. Grunralk is on 3. Crab is on 8. Okay, Grunralk, you go before the crab if you want to go in and finish it off. Oh wait, hold on. Grunralk was pulling the rope.
I was pulling the
He was
rope.
pulling,
It's
yeah.
Ayan.
That's why I was confused.
Ayan, you
Oh,
react
Ayan.
before the crab if you want to go in and try to whack it.
Yeah, I'll give it a whack.
All right, have at it.
Smack it with a stick.
Yeah.
beer thing.
Smack it with a stick from the top.
It's now
Make it
making
pop.
pathetic attempts to avoid being attacked because it's aware of the people beating up on it. So it's gonna get a 2 agility roll to dodge out of the way of whatever you do.
I'm sorry. Someone give me direction as to how to attack. I've got a staff.
There should be a dice on your staff thing all the way to the left in your inventory under weapons. A little tiny D20. Do you see it?
I'm sorry. Give me a second. Weapons. I see. Oh, there it is.
So you click that, and then you have to click roll down at the bottom. It basically sets your numbers down there, and then you click roll like normal.
Hit.
Nice.
What is the base?
whack
What
him?
is the base damage of your weapon?
1. It says it right there.
It says
Yep.
damage 1. Okay.
Damage.
It's gonna get its 8 armor dice. If any of them are a success, then this will not kill it. But if all 8 of these dice fail,
Crack his
then
head
it will be
in.
dead.
I got it.
Got this.
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
It's beautiful.
Let's
Ian
go!
cracks the crab with his staff, and it goes limp and falls down.
That scented oil wouldn't happen to be like seafood butter, would it?
Unfortunately, no. And its giant claw hits the ground right next to your foot, which you were just dangling in the water moments before. And it gives you flashbacks where you're like, is nothing safe?
I like how in the text chat input, I don't know if you get the same error, but it says no ability found for Killian's character.
I know. It's going to say that
dice.
forever.
No.
Because that's what it was created as. There's no way for me to change it unless I make a new character and copy all the information over. All right, so you are all standing around the corpse of a large crab. Anybody want to
Question.
go ahead?
The gold specks on there, is it like just... It doesn't look like it's gold. It's just gold colored.
It looks
You say like a white crab.
it looks like metallic gold in its shell in little speckly patterns. And it's white with like speckly gold. You think the shell of this thing might have some value for its natural beauty, and you're not quite sure how such a thing exists. Also, 4 units of food.
Nice.
This is a whole lot of crab.
I will... Can someone carry 4 units of food? I literally can't carry anything.
Got it. Cave crab.
It's gonna
And I can cook that later.
make a delicious
Um,
feast.
How big, like, shell? How big?
The crab is like 4 feet across.
Oh, it's like the size of me.
So we're talking like a large thing to sell, to carry?
4 units of
I'm
food.
trying to think about weight.
If you have any amount of food, it counts as a carried thing. The same for all of the.
Oh, I'm talking about the shell. You said the shell looked
Oh,
valuable.
the shell. The shell will count as 1 item. It's fine. It's bulky, but it's also light, so you can sling it over your back or find a way to secure it, and it doesn't add much weight because it's a hollow shell.
I don't mind carrying it.
So it counts as 1 regular item
Or
for carrying
Aimee, do you wanna
capacity
carry it?
purposes.
It's up to you. Okay, I'll carry it.
Got the 4 units. Of
I'm gonna AFK a sec while you all discuss what you want to do next to give a hand with bedtime. So I will be back in like 2-3 minutes. Brief AFK,
Okay,
and then we'll
sounds
finish it out.
I think my next trait I'm gonna have to take is gonna be pack rat. My lyre weighs 1.
Yeah. So you're all standing on the bank of the stream. Make sure that you move things into your inventory if whoever is going to be carrying those things. And what next?
I mean,
Dahlia, we've made it this far. What do you think? Do we keep going or turn back?
we're relatively encumbered.
I think that's the other problem is we are a little... We're running low on equipment space. I don't know if Dahlia heard.
I don't think she did.
Did Dahlia?
Josh just stared into space.
Heard
Yeah.
what? Sorry.
Josh? Session over, guys.
GG.
I think that's
I
it.
thought you were all discussing what you want to do. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Dahlia, what do you think? We've made it this far into the cave and we have some treasures. Do you think we should keep going or turn back?
She looks at the big crab. She looks at you all. She's like, I think we could keep going.
We keep going?
The orcs don't know we're here. And once we go back, who knows if we'll be able to get in here again. And so far, everything's fine.
He's having fun.
No. I would like to pay my respects in the.
I'm gonna slide into the river and start swimming across.
I don't want to go plundering things. I just. Oh.
I'm gonna start swimming after Gunrock.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go single file.
You'll get wet and do a bunch of splishy splashing, but without the crab there, there's no need for die rolls. So.
It was only one crab.
I told you.
Good instincts.
Yeah, you were right.
Grunrock, how good are you at swimming?
Not.
He's got fucking flippers.
I'm kind of afraid of the water.
He's the fastest out of all of us.
The only reason
like
I'm
my dirt.
asking, I just wasn't sure if there might be any treasure at the bottom of this little river, but I'm also not going to force you to swim down to the bottom. It had the crab had specks of gold in its shell. I would assume gold might be part of its diet. I'm just totally
gonna go
making a guess. Oh,
underwater
okay.
when he
Well,
says
there he
that.
goes.
Oh yeah, if he says that too, I'll be like, well, shit.
So Velas and Grunrock are diving under the water, trying to get to the riverbed to see if there's anything down there.
Oh, you're diving now? Okay.
Yeah.
I
could see the in your face.
Yeah,
for
go
a
ahead.
second.
Make move rolls to swim down. Because there is a little bit of current.
While the goblin's down there, I'm
Velas,
going to try and catch him with my net.
Velas, you are trying to get down to the bottom, but the current keeps sweeping you into the sides of the river and knocking you around, and your arms are getting too tired, so you finally kind of crawl out and give up, unless you push it. Grunrock,
Caught me in his net.
Grunrock, you get 3 successes, and you are scrabbling along at the bottom of the river, feeling around, and you find some really nice mud down there.
What does it taste like?
Don't eat it.
I'm gonna grab a handful and try to keep it, which is dumb, in the bottom of a river.
It's actually got little shiny flecks of gold in it from the crab molting and then its shell disintegrating down in there. So there's little tiny flecks of gold up in the mud.
I'm gonna try to get as much mud in one ball as I can.
You come out and you're
Just
looking
swim
at it.
up with a mud ball.
When you go near a torch, and you rotate it around, you're getting little shimmers.
Can I scoop a hat full?
Yeah,
of
you
it
have a hat full of.
with my hat and then swim it
You
up?
have. I wish I could say this sentence more often. You have a hat full of shiny mud.
Clip it.
That's all we needed.
I'm gonna get up and walk up to Vergello.
Good
I
job.
found shiny mud.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't happen to have a colander or a sieve in my field kitchen, would I? Can I just
Are you trying to
manhandle
pan
specks
for-
of gold?
You're not paying for gold with your kitchen kit, no. I don't even know how long that would take. You barely have any light. You're running down your last couple torches.
It was just a question. I didn't say I was gonna
All
do
right,
it.
you're all up in this chamber. Let me describe what you see in this room. How's that? How about we do that?
Hat full of shiny mud.
All right. Oh. Please hold. That wasn't the right one, was it? Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong number. That's why. I was like, that description does not. Okay. The water of the brook runs from a dark tunnel to your left. The babbling sound of the water is occasionally drowned out by the deep rumble of thunder, followed by the sound. Each time there's a lightning strike, or a lot of the time when there's a lightning strike, it shakes the cave and little bits of dust and pebbles roll down from the ceiling. The floor is like loose dust and dirt because you can tell this cave's been kind of continually crumbling for some time. A stone altar stands at the back of this room. The remains of a cave mural on the wall behind the altar have been vandalized. It's difficult to tell what was once a mural against that back wall. But now there are crude orcish markings and carvings across this big back wall, which read, "The clans will unite under crack." Crushed seashells litter the floor. This evokes memories of that small side room that you were in earlier, but this one has been found by the orcs and torn to pieces and vandalized. There's it appears that back across the stream to the west there may be more room ahead, and there's also a tunnel to the east. So there's there's a tunnel to the east that narrows and goes deeper into the caves, and it looks like there's a chamber that opens up back across the stream to the west.
I'm all for not swimming if we want to just go east.
Being near the water makes me nervous because of what I know we're dealing with. However, we're soaking wet, and if we move east, it's going to be pretty easy to follow us.
I think it's going to be pretty easy to follow us regardless.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of dust on the ground, and we're going to stir it up regardless.
Then let's move east away from the water.
As you take a couple of steps across the room to the east, you see this narrow cave entrance opening up ahead, or a narrow tunnel going off to the east. And as you take a couple of steps toward it, from somewhere off in the darkness, you hear...
On second thought, maybe we don't want to lose our...
You take a
track,
step
we
back
just follow
so
the
that your
river.
torch is just barely illuminating the edges of that narrow tunnel, and you can tell that the sound definitely echoed from somewhere deep in the shadows in that direction.
It's like real in there. Okay.
And made a sound as you were walking towards it, and then as you step back, it all goes silent again.
Have I heard that sound before? Do I have any idea as to what it might be?
It's difficult to say.
Okay.
There's another...
If I kind of peer into the tunnel, can I see anything with my seeing the darky eyes? Or is this just deep?
Make a scouting roll, yeah. And
Okay.
you can choose to add your pride to it after if you wish. But you avoid the usual penalties for darkness when scouting, so you get to just make an unmodified roll to look out into the shadows.
Oh, could I have looked with a disadvantage?
Add a -2 to your skill dice, yeah. If that puts you negative, you have to select negative skill dice because they can actually give you unsuccesses.
Sure, I'll roll my pride.
You roll your pride.
Whoa.
2 successes with your pride. Very nice. All right, your goblin eyes have done you well this day. You're peering off into the darkness. You don't see anything, Velas.
I was like, bro.
No.
I was curious what it was.
No.
Like, I was like, oh, I'm not rolling with a
Grinderoth,
negative.
your pride kicked in pretty good here. You're peering off into the darkness, and you're like, I can't see anything in there. It's just dark cave, and it's beyond the torchlight. But then you use your super goblin night sight and your pride. You are the eyes of the night, and you get just a flash, just an impression. And that impression is of a roughly human-sized reptilian creature with a long, thick tail trailing behind it, making that sound, and then skittering off into the dark behind some stone columns.
El,
What do you see?
I think I found your crocodile, man. He's hiding behind that column right there.
And I'll just kind of point off into the
You
dark.
got a brief glimpse of the room while you were kind of leaning forward and watching him disappear, and you can see that the next room is a big chamber. It's difficult to estimate the real size of it, and it's full of stone columns. And your super night vision gave you just the silhouette of some sort of reptilian humanoid sort of posting up, making the sound, and then skittering off into the dark behind the columns, disappearing somewhere into the room. It would be very hard to pinpoint a direction or even to navigate the room. The next room looks to be some sort of maze of columns and spikes and stalactites and stalagmites.
It's definitely trying to intimidate us, and it's in a maze. That's just a whole bunch of columns and spikes. And it's in there, and something tells me it knows it better than we would.
Yeah, let's stick to the water. Let's not get in it to the best of our ability, but I don't want to go fight in an unknown maze.
Oh, back across or swim across the other way.
You're going to go west
We can't
across
just-
the stream?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna keep following the water.
Who goes first?
I'll do it again.
I will be right behind him.
All right.
And I will be looking around to see if anything's gonna murder us.
Okay. Sounds good.
Unless you want me to stay behind and you go across the river first.
I think that's a
In
great
case
idea.
shit hits the fan. I'll stay here. Velas go across first.
Okay,
Okay. Let me see.
I will go across.
Okay. Okay, so who's going in front?
I am.
Okay. You're dipping your feet into the water. There's just flickering torchlight behind you from the party. And you notice something to your right. And just as you're dipping your feet into the water, I'll give you a choice of what you want to do. But off to the right, a little further up the brook, there looks to be a large humanoid corpse snagged on some rocks in the brook, just laying there bobbing. It's just a dark mass to you, but you can make out arms and legs, and it's a little bit, it's to your right about 30, 40 feet away up the brook, snagged in the water.
Do you tell us that you see it?
Yes. Do we think that's because of a current, or the crab, or crocodile man?
How far does my casting net go?
Casting net MVP of this entire.
It's a good thing you got a vision net. You could wade across the water to the other side and then pull it in with the net. It's about yeah. See the little orange X?
Yeah. Yeah,
If I
I mean,
kind of like put my foot in, does it feel like the current is moving really quickly?
It's just a soft current. It's not that difficult to navigate.
Can I jump this from where I am to here?
If you get 2 successes on a move roll, if you come short of, or sorry, if you get a move roll at a -1 die, that's how I'm supposed to do it. A move roll at a -1 die for a difficult roll. If you succeed, you get across. If you fail, you plunge and make a big splash.
-1 base die or -1 skill die?
Always skill die are
these are
adjusted.
always the skill.
If you have 0 skill dice, then it becomes a negative skill die.
I have 1 skill and I have 4 base.
So it will negate the skill die and you'll get the other 4.
I mean, I think that is better than jumping.
Is it better
Or
than swimming?
better than waiting. Yeah. Because I still a 4. I'm still getting 4 shots to...
While she's thinking about it, I'm just gonna put my fishing net in the water again. I mean, if there's a crab or something at the bottom, I might catch something else again. Grunrock, you want to grab the other end?
I'll wait
Yeah.
while he does that and just, like, have the dagger ready. But if, like, it's in the water for a minute, I'm just gonna be like, well, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta jump.
I'll do the same thing that I did last time, but I'll have Grunrock already holding onto the rope in case, something starts pulling at it again.
Okay. You do that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I do it. Do I want to make a fishing roll?
Nothing visibly happens.
Okay. Man.
You pull the net back up after a little bit.
Yep.
Jump.
Well, I will take off my backpack and I'll pull out my rope.
Okay.
And I have 10 meters of rope. I'm going to tie some around me and I'm going to hand the end of the rope to Grunrock, I guess. And I'll be like, well, guess I'm going to try and jump. This is maybe not the best idea because without a torch, I'll just light a torch when I get over there. Fuck it. Well, I'm already doing it. I'm gonna take 2 steps back and then I'm gonna run and jump.
Make your roll.
Move. 0. Roll. 2 successes.
You
bad.
make it cleanly to the other side. You're in the dark
gently
because
tug on
you're
the
not
rope
one of the
once
people
she
carrying a
lands.
torch. Who is...
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay. You light up a torch. You don't have to roll for anything yet.
I'm gonna tug on the rope gently.
Okay.
You dick. I'm just gonna tug back.
I'll let go and let you pull it.
No, I'm not pulling it all the way across. I'm just tugging back.
Oh, you tug back. I'll let go. Sorry.
Yeah, I would have grabbed the rope because I think the expectation is for us to use it to get across.
There is a broad
Oh.
cave here with no discernible noteworthy features other than jagged, weathered rock and the body bobbing in the stream snagged on a couple of rocks.
I'm just kind of stare forward. Got my torch. Got my dagger. It's like a cop with a flashlight and a gun. Does it look like it got hung up on the rocks and it drowned? Does it look like it's been bit all up?
First thing you notice is it's definitely an orc.
Ha! I'm mad.
The second thing you notice is that a colorful looking dart about the length of a little finger is sticking out of his neck, and all of the flesh around it and up the side of his face is black and discolored and swollen. Because of that swelling and the lack of general decay, you would guess that you can't put any precise estimates to things, but he's not been dead a super long time. This is not like a 10-day-old corpse. This is a fairly recently dead orc bobbing in the stream. You notice when there is a sudden strike of lightning that there seems to be a narrow crack in the ceiling of this chamber leading to the outside because you see a little bit of light flashing through and it looks densely overgrown with plants. And that is all that you see.
Well, are they? Can I whisper shout to them?
Yeah.
Or are they too far for that?
You can whisper shout across the babbling brook loud enough for them to
Well, it's
hear
just
while minimizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another exit over here.
A dragon's butthole. She's found it.
It's probably an easier entrance than exit because it's in the ceiling in the middle, but
Yeah.
it could be an exit if you can come up with a creative way up there.
I found a possible exit. But we definitely should go. This guy didn't drown. He was murdered.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
My
Thunderstrike.
crack of lightning.
So
The exit's in the roof.
does the river end? Like it just continues to go off, and the caves end?
So,
DM?
you can walk up to the northern edge of this chamber to see the answer to the question.
And written on the wall is no. It ends here.
And here is your answer. It comes out of the wall here. So this is the end of the river that you can see. And it looks like there is more cave across the river on the northern edge. And it looks like you can see some plant growth up ahead past the river.
The river's coming out of a wall. And like the cave continues like back on your side.
Neat.
Neat.
How
So-
high up is the roof? Josh? How high is the
There's a
ceiling?
little bit more of what you could see earlier. The
sorry.
ceiling is about 12 feet up.
Are we leaving? Are we calling it?
I don't want to. But
I don't even think if we found a treasure chest filled with gold, we'd have the ability to take anything with us.
yeah, this dude was definitely murdered. He was poisoned.
I think that he was killed by the reptilian friend back there. And
Right.
If that person is enemies with the orcs, perhaps they wouldn't be so hostile towards us. What, Vilas, what makes you so cautious of these reptiles?
They're very easily angered people, and they're sneaky. And I know sneaky because I'm sneaky.
You're against everything you are.
Dahlia puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Wait, are you still across the river?"
Yeah.
Okay. Dahlia leans over the brook and goes, "Did you steal that bowl from them? Did you steal that bowl?"
Not from these guys.
I don't think this is the time or the place. Let's go ahead and call it. We got some treasure. We won. We got some things. Let's get to a town, resupply, and not fight a bunch of orcs or lizard people. Sorry, crocodile people.
Let's pull the elf back and get out of here.
Pull her back out.
I'm gonna run and jump first.
Out of character, I just want to know, how shocked am I, or any of us, to find out that there's alligator or crocodile people? Is this unusual for this world? Is
No,
this...
no,
I
you've-
actually have the same
No,
question.
you're aware that they're called the Saurians, and you're aware that they exist. They never come up into the Dankwood, but you've heard tales about them. That they
Okay.
Eels as
we
in
actually
they
got
eat
a little
people?
information in an earlier session. You know that they occupy the swamplands and river deltas to the south of the Dankwood in the regions that you're traveling through, and that they are like pretty isolated tribes that sometimes come out to trade shiny objects with the more civilized folk. But you're aware of their
But they're not-
existence.
They're not above average or exceptional fighters by themselves, or they're not overly aggressive normally.
That might be too
They're just
specific for
shy.
you to know, but you've never heard tales of them like forming ranks and going to war or anything like that.
Raiding villages.
Yeah,
I always got the vibe as like they're a little better than tribal.
They're shifty. I didn't make it on the move roll.
oh, you plunge into the water and get swept down stream a bit until you wash up on the side right here by the rest of the party. You are now waterlogged.
That was waterlogged before.
Well, you're double waterlogged.
You got it in your ear this time.
All right, let's get out of here.
Do you exit?
Yeah,
All right.
I think so.
For brevity, and because there's not anything spicy going to start 10 minutes before our session is set to be over, I will just narrate that you make your exit. You hear squabbling and cheering and hooting and hollering and all kinds of crazy sounds coming from the orc camp as you make your exit from the caves, past your little trap and out
Can I do?
into the wilds.
How difficult would it be to move the trap here?
You can move it before on your way out.
Yeah.
The orcs are still thoroughly
On the way
distracted.
out, I want to move it like into the neck of where the orcs
Sure.
are. So if they try to come out, one of them's gonna get
All
it.
right, you do that.
Man, you're gonna get that trap guy killed, and he was so honest about he was the one who said it.
All right, I'm gonna just say that you make your way out into the hills, into the rain, and we will begin next session with daytime. Believe it or not. I'm going to go ahead and shift it to daytime. Just remember that we did morning in the place. I'm going to move everybody to undecided from the in the thing so that we remember that you're about to do daytime and decide your actions. And all we have to do is experience, and we will wrap the session here. Give me 1 sec to get the thing pulled up.
I think everyone used their pride.
Yeah, everyone did, Bill.
Well,
I
obviously, I
didn't.
meant. Oh, okay. So Aimee didn't use. Her
All right. Did you participate in the game session? Everybody
Ooh.
gets a point. Did you travel through at least one hex on the game map you had not visited before? Yes. Did you discover a new adventure site? Yes. This is a good one. Did you defeat one or more monsters? Yes.
Grab? Yeah.
Did you find a treasure worth a gold or more? No.
I got
How
a
much
hat
is
full
the-
of shiny mud. That's not a gold.
You got a
How
you got
much
a
is-
crab shell.
How much was the pitcher? I mean, do we have a vibe for that or the crab shell? I don't know.
Less than a
Or the
less than a gold
perfume.
for all those things.
Okay.
Nah.
Did you build a function onto your stronghold? No. Did you activate your pride? 1 point for
I
anybody
did.
that did. Did you suffer from your dark secret? No for Hank. No for Aimee. No for Bill.
Inspired.
And no for Ian. I'm going no
I
on all
don't.
dark
I don't
secret.
know.
There were a few
I
that
don't know
came
Ian.
up in passing, but none of them
Yeah.
get an experience point this session. Multiple dark secrets became relevant in dialogue and in events, but none of them grant you an experience this session. Did you risk your life for another player character?
I kind of did. I was in like direct line of fire against the crab, and I have no armor.
I went fishing for a giant crab. That's all I got.
The people that moved into melee range of the crab and attacked it, I'll give an experience to those two, Ayan and Valas.
Ooh, that's me.
And finally, did you perform an extraordinary act of some kind?
I'm sorry, fishing for a giant crab.
I mean,
He
I
caught me- he
succeeded.
caught me in a net like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, we made Dahlia smile.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of us deserve a point
I
for
think the two closest contenders are using the net to fish the crab out of the stream and playing that song with 4 successes, both of which go to Vergello.
Shit.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
give one to Vergello for extraordinary act
Yep.
for a combination of those two things. I think
For
that
playing the song better than
probably the two coolest things that were done were both done by Vergello this session, so you get a
that.
bonus.
Yeah.
if I had insta-killed that crab, that
I
would
don't-
have been
I
super
don't-
dope.
I don't get 2 points.
I
right?
mostly
It's
just one.
point.
I mostly
Okay.
don't want to give out extraordinary action points just for getting good die rolls. I want to give them out for doing something creative or interesting or memorable. And Vergello kind of had
That's
2
fair.
of those this session, so I'll give you the one for at least one of those 2 things, if not both. So you get your
Makes
one,
sense.
and that will conclude everything. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please follow us on Twitch. We need Twitch follows. We have to be able to post our schedule. Follow on Twitch, and thank you for watching.
Yes.
This will be posted on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and announce that our next session, currently it's December 14th, and we are going to do our next live session. We normally do every 2 weeks, but the holidays have multiple people busy. So January 4th, Wednesday, January 4th, same time as this session, at, what is it, 6 p.m. Eastern?
30th.
6:30 ish.
6:30 Eastern, 6:30 to 7 Eastern, somewhere around there. We'll go live. So 3 weeks from today, Wednesday, January 4th, in the evening Eastern time, we will be continuing with the 7th session. I will shortly be posting a video that's just kind of an introduction to the Forbidden Lands and an overview of the campaign as well. Working on that on the side. So thank you for watching. Everyone have a lovely night. And
Bye, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Happy holidays.